the floor.
Yo, check this out. Yo, snap what he has on the Black Ops. Support Nonito's YouTube channel, Beyond the Bridge.
Three, two, one. One, two, one, two.
De-escalate officer control encounter.
So sorry. It's so loud in here, and I think that people really need to hear this. So can we please be quiet just a little bit and have some respect? Pretty please. Thank you.
That's my bodyguard, Edward Jones. I use Edward Jones.
Boys, what are we doing?
Override.
Look at that! He's so cute! Gracias! Dude, this is amazing. This is pretty cool.
I'm a whirling dervish. I always whirl on purpose. I'm so surface level, don't you look behind the curtains. I'm nervous like I'm Nelly. Kelly's so evil, he's not a person. What would a good one consist of? I'm probably not as perfect. It's probably not in my bloodline. My faith lies as far as my faults allow, but truth I control where I land. I choose to be an island. I choose to pick up my plans till they all seem folly, but I guess I change that present to the past tense. Like Paps was a bastard, flabbergasted. Pap has a running pattern, polish splattered, nothing matters. Turns out love an ugly dancer. I am generation violence, part of the nation. Not hiding from it all till it all become blinding. Kite fly across the sky till the blue turn violent. Mock the passage of the days all ever I'm and don't feel free to chime in. Rather keep you tuned out. Stick with flat drink sip instead of fizzled out routes. I don't need to go your way. You stand and make that face. Life is made of serious work. I don't need to go your way. You stand and make that face. Life is made of serious work. This might be a bowl of self-belief. No need for boating schools to tell me peace is found. I find my own ground, crashing my own reef. No beef, all peace. Nah, that bang bang ski ski. You show the counts down. Clown caught up in his own heat. It's a lesson where you learn to shut the demons up. Nah, I'm kidding. You ain't no demon. You my homie, but I'm tweaking, bro. When you mix this and think you got business talking about my track, shut up, bitch. Sorry. I guess I went too far with that one. Guess it's easy to blame the homie for my shortcomings. Should have worked for different outcomes. It's all love, but it need to be self-love. Need to do this for me, not for anyone else,
No,
but
but when he starts
not
to
for
get-
your approval or the words of the rest of, but to feel peace when I walk in the respite.
Guys, go
It
forward.
should be mine.
Yeah,
Now I know it's mine alone.
Like this, and then they started leaning forward.
I don't need to go your way. You stand and make that face. Life is made of serious work.
Yeah.
I don't need to go your way. You stand and make that face. Life is made of serious work. I wanna I need a tag, yeah. I wanna bang, okay. Unless you talking numbers, we ain't speaking about the right things. Switch up on my nigga for a figure, that's not like me. Baddie with a body in the lobby, she like nice things. She used to know me then, she like me now, that's funny timing. Eyes been on that prize, I cop that cribbo for that timepiece. I'm trying to see the globe and sell out shows into the flight lead. They wanna ride my ties, but they ain't even ride or die, please. But I've been short on time, been in the prime of my prime easy. I said I never changed and leveled up, I guess I lied, yeah. Off that straight up potent just to feel like I'm alive, yeah. Mix that with that potion just to feel like I'm that guy, yeah. So know the one you talking to, he went outside the line, yeah. Go against the tribe, you lose your... Let me not even say this shit. I just ran out of my questions. I just got tired of waiting and got here myself. Niggas want me to believe in the dream that they see for themselves and still doubt in themselves. They might as well light up the L. High top on 10 toe, drip retro. Talking major plays, hella high tech through the getro. Pin game, been petro. Just set it in the flesh hole. Send a text mail to give a wet clothes. On the vapor wave to make a drip drip with the left lobe in the left stroke. Flex up. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back so long. Yeah. Flex up. Shawty on 10, finna go up. Bring that to the crib, let me show love. Yeah. Flex up. Yeah. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back so long. I need a bag. Flex up. I need a tag, yeah. Shawty on 10, finna go up. Bring that to the crib, let me show love. Okay. Ayy, come from the pit, I'm out of the trench, my nigga, we lit. Look at the dread, my nigga, we ran shit all on my way. I never let them play me, but they claiming that they know my songs. I tell them quote the lines until I'm goated, bitch, I'm going off. Loyal to my soil and the...
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Nonito and
Could this be tonight?
Oh, hey guys. Hey guys. Nonito is going to do the entrance. I will be right back.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Happy New Year to everybody. New Year. You know, hopefully that you guys have something that you want to do this year, that you want to stay and you know change. You know, that's the thing about New Year's is we want to have to change something. So today is gonna be this year is going to be an amazing year because we are actually planning things, and Wednesday is War Wednesday. Today is War Wednesday, so it's all about the war, baby.
How do we sound, guys? How do we sound? Give me a 1 if it's good. Give me a 2 if you can't hear me or Nonito sounds low.
Yeah. Again, we're just trying to just putting everything together, So, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me know. Let me know. Give me a 1. Oh, look who's here. Oh, perfect, guys. Great. Thank
Perfect.
you.
All right.
Thank you. All right. So, if you guys don't know who we're talking about, we're actually talking about Ivan. You say the name.
Red Catch.
You
Red
sure?
Catch. I think it's Ivan Redkach.
You sure? He's
I think so.
Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Can you do
Well,
a Ukrainian accent?
Ivan Redkach.
No, I don't think
I don't know.
that's a Ukrainian
I don't know.
accent.
I don't know. But
Boo! I don't have a boo bell on my thing. Oh, that sucks. I said I don't have a bell. It says boo. We could just
we're just gonna laugh.
we just Oh, you guys, you're all up in the chats already talking trash.
It is
Jeez.
War Wednesday. It is War
It is
Wednesday.
War Wednesday. So War Wednesday, guys, is basically, whoever wants to, come up and get the smoke, give the smoke, whatever you guys want to do. It's free smoke. And today there is a fighter that's fighting February 25th against Adrian Broner, I believe on BLK Prime. And he has been very vocal on Twitter lately, going up against the likes of Lomachenko, Usyk, of course, Tank Davis, and lastly Adrian Broner. So we're gonna give him the stage and let him say what he wants. It's free smoke. So whatever he says is, of course, not what we believe to be true. It's his point of view, his opinion, and we're just giving him the stage. So D asked, Broner's coming back. Yes, Broner's coming back.
Yep. I mean, fighters, man, we love to fight, and sometimes we love to mess around at the same time. We sometimes it's in that blood. It's in that. That's the only thing that we know how to do. So a lot of the fighters, usually when they don't fight and you don't see them for a while, they're gonna want to change, or they want to go back into it. I mean, there's so many things that you hear about fighters just fighting beyond their age, supposedly. So yeah, he's coming back.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is actually do a share screen first of who he is. So some of you guys don't know who he is, and we're just going to go back in history. I'm pretty sure some of you guys have actually seen him before. So we're going to take a look at his box rack, okay? So let's look at his box rack. Nonito, do you want to say his name again?
Ivan Redkach.
You sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, go ahead and read all his stats and things like that.
So he is 23 with 6 losses, and in those 6 losses, he has 3 knockouts that he has fallen to, and he has 18 KOs out of those victories that are 23. Oh, one draw, by the way. So, and yeah, he is what, 5'9" and a half. Yeah, so the tail of the tape, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, come on, do better at this. You've heard this so many times.
He is called El Terrible. Nationality
Wait,
Ukraine.
time out. Isn't El Terrible Spanish?
Yeah, but they remember the Mexican Russian, what's his name? Forget his name.
Who's the Mexican Russian, guys? Do you guys remember who the Mexican Russian is? Any idea? Any clue? Anyway, continue.
I forget his name.
Okay, so
but
there's
he's
a
a friend of
Mexican
mine.
Russian, and he is the Mexican Ukraine, or Ukraine?
El Terrible.
Mexican
Or El
Ukrainian?
Terrible.
Ukrainian Mexican? Which way would you even say?
Yeah, but he is Ukrainian. So, but we love to take in good names, like Flash,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so continue.
So he resides in Los Angeles, California, USA, birthplace.
He's a southpaw.
Shotska, Ukraine. And his reach is 180 centimeters.
You really suck at this.
Yeah, I know. I should get my boy Ralph, Wreck-It Ralph to announce. Yeah, I know.
We should for sure. Okay, so let me just tell you guys, he is a southpaw. And so going down his record, you can see that he is fighting Adrian Broner. Oh my God, I almost said Adrian.
Adrian Broner.
Broner. There's an R there. There's an R there. See, this is what happens on War Wednesday.
So
all right. So Adrian Broner.
his last fight was against Regis Prograis, and he lost by TKO. So, Regis is a phenomenal fighter. I think right now he is putting himself the best at 140.
So this is actually really interesting because we were talking on a couple episodes ago that normally they don't change the result, but it says right here that he was unable to continue due to an accidental foul, and the result initially announced as a technical decision win, later changed to a TKO win for Prograis. Now, has anyone watched the Danny Garcia one? Because I think a lot of us have questions about what happened in that fight as well. But let's move on. So, he is going to be coming here really soon, and I'm just going to let you guys know that that he's not going to be able to see a lot of your comments. If there's a super chat, we'll read that to him. I know you guys are going to get bogging us with either talking crap, which is fine.
Exactly.
But if you do have a question, you guys drop the question and let us know. At least keep it within what we're talking about at this, at the point of the episode. Don't go back 5 topics ago and then bring it up. Just so that we can keep the flow going. Of course, he's in camp, so we're super appreciative that he is that he's coming to join us. So I'm going to actually send him the link right now, and then we'll wait on him. But you could go ahead and read the chats. Wait, actually, let me. Okay, this is free smoke. Let's fire someone right now because it's War Wednesdays. Free smoke boss, sir tonight. I'm sorry, my favorite highlight knockout 2022 is when Inoue knocked you out. I'm sorry, that was crazy. Hey, Teddy, tell your bosses to leave Casemiro alone. You guys are sad, and you're just sad. You guys can't. You don't have any content besides Casemiro, and it's sad and pathetic.
And guess what? I got the last smile still. I'm still smiling. I'm still here, and I'm still building up. What are you doing? Nothing really.
Trolling.
So. Exactly.
Trolling,
I mean, I know you look at it in the mirror and you don't like yourself. That's just pretty much what it all comes down to. I bet you hate yourself looking at in the mirror. So, hey, it is what it is, man. This is free smoke. Bring out every haters out there. Bring it in, baby. Let's go.
And listen, if you ever want, actually, Teddy, go back to your little bosses and tell them that I'm actually challenging them to a War Wednesday, and I'll free smoke them all day.
And I bet you none of your pussy ass is gonna come in here. Why? Because you guys are a bunch of pussies.
Oh, war. Okay, so I'm gonna text him right now. Okay.
Drew Titan LLC. Thank you, brother. Oh, we gotta do this.
Okay, wait. You got wait.
Oh,
okay,
hold on. Drew, thank you, bro. 1, 2, 3. Wait. Yeah. Oh, wait. We gotta do it over because we'll do that again. Let's do that again.
You just hit the
I know. I prematured it too fast. Okay, 1, 2. All right, ready, go. All right, cool.
So in case you're wondering where that came from, my son Jarrell actually produced it. So we get to play it on here. We're not gonna get in trouble or anything like that. And I'm getting him to DJ for us live. So why don't you address Drew's super chat, and I'm gonna text Ivan right now.
Just ask him to smile for the people. That's it. Free smoke. We all got haters. We all got people that we like, but we all got people that we don't like, and that's okay. And guess what? Through it all, you can smile because it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with them. Every hater's out there. Just check yourself because it has nothing to do with me. And guess what? It has to do with everything in you, within you. So look at yourself in the mirror, and maybe you'll find somebody out there that you can change and be mindful to
Drew
smile.
wants him to look in the mirror because Drew thinks he's a vampire. There's a meaning behind that.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, cool. Yeah, so yeah, man, this is fun for us. This is just being real. It's time to be real to all the people out there, to everybody out there. Let it all out, baby. This is War Wednesday. This is expressing yourself, whatever it is. And you know what? Guess what? We got Ivan in here to to express himself. He can do whatever and say anything that he wants to do. So yeah, man, that's all there is to it. But yeah, man. So there we have a lot of content when it comes down to this. But yeah, man, just be out there and we'll get this dude in here and it's gonna be really, really amazing. We're gonna fire things up, man. We're gonna fire things up, and again, this year it's all about the smoke. It's all about the reality and it's all about the honesty. It's all about being real and just, you know what? I'm done. I'm done being the nice guy. I'm going to be nice to people who are nice to me 100%. But to those that are not, cool, I'm down with that. So bring in your heat. I can take it. And I'm grateful for all the things that I have. So I love this stuff, man. So yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we are do you want to add anything on this stuff?
Well, so I think the number one thing that everyone's thinking is if you don't know where this is coming from, basically, Tank Davis had posted a sparring video. I think it was only like 1 minute. It wasn't like the whole thing or anything
Right.
like that. But it was with Ivan. So Ivan felt some type of way, and of course, Twittered or tweeted back, and they've been going back and forth on Twitter. But we really want to get into, what do they call it? The meat and potatoes. What did they call
The
it?
meat and potato.
What, like the details, like
the meat of it
or-
all.
I don't know. What is
Oh,
that?
there it is. There it goes. We got our man in here now.
Wait. We have a bell. See? All right, guys. Welcome here. Ivan.
Yeah. What's up?
All right. Ivan, how are you doing?
Doing good. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, Ivan, and thanks for coming out here, man. Yes. So, like I said earlier, this is War Wednesday. This is you and speaking what you need to speak about and whatever you want to say and talk about. We got you, man.
So before we get into all that, Nonito just jumps right in. How is your training today? I heard you were training.
Train is hard. More motivation for prepare fight for Adrian Bronner. I'm excited.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good, man. Fights are always exciting.
Have you
so.
started sparring yet?
Yeah. Today and Friday, Monday. 3 times a week.
Nice. And you still have like a month and a half.
Yeah. Don't spar too much, man. You gotta spar just enough.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you want to just get right into it, Ivan?
Yeah.
All right.
Ivan is like,
Okay.
no, let's do it.
All right. So I'm gonna say a name, and we're gonna go through these names. We got 4 names on the list. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you can tell me first. You're gonna tell me the first word that comes to your head, and then of this person, and then you could expound on it however you want to. Like I said, there's no rules on this, so you tell us what you want to do. So I'm gonna say Usyk.
Yeah. Usyk is great champion. Olympic champion only. Great boxer.
Great boxer. Okay.
Yeah. For if you take politics always bad.
Oh, politics.
Politics always bad. Yeah. Yes. That's why I'm not in it, man.
Yeah.
So you don't like his political stance, and that's why, like, you appreciate him in the ring, but not what he's saying politically.
Boxer, he needs stay boxer. Politics, they need politics. That's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's a lot of boxers.
Well, what about the Klitschko? I mean, they're in the politics, right?
It's good. It's good. What's correct? Klitschko, he have good experience for learn for school and for what's correct institute.
College.
Yeah, university.
Yeah, university. Yeah, exactly. Usyk, fighter only. That's it, and finish school. There's no
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what about then his buddy Lomachenko?
Lomachenko right now is what's correct? Give me 1 second. Anya, come with me, please. Give me 1 second.
Yep, yep, of
No
course.
problem.
My wife can translate with you.
All
That
Oh,
right. Yeah,
perfect.
that's perfect.
Ломаченко, как он, скажи, он супер чемпион, но он сейчас как мишень для политики.
So Vasily is a great boxer. I truly respect him as a boxer. But unfortunately, right now, he became like a target for many haters in Ukraine just because he expressed his opinion, which is totally different from their opinion.
Mm.
It's
So he goes
a
against.
problem for Ukraine.
Yeah, right now he became like such a big problem. Like he has the problems like in Ukraine, especially from the people. Like it's not only about the fans.
Like right now in Lomachenko life, lot of haters, a lot of haters.
Wow.
So more haters for Lomachenko than for Usyk.
Say it again?
There's more haters on Lomachenko than Usyk.
Скажи, что у них сейчас разделились, они даже сейчас как не друзья.
Yeah, they mostly like, I'm not sure they still friends because
Oh,
the political views and religious view like seems like according to the like social media are totally different. So and Usyk, he's basically like Ukrainians love him right now because he like pro supporter, and Lomachenko's point of view was different. It's more about the Orthodox churches because they been banned in Ukraine, and Lomachenko tried to support the Orthodox churches, and that's why he have been hate.
wow. So you're saying that Usyk and Lomachenko is probably not in good terms right now because of this different views that they have.
Потому что теперь ты думаешь, что они, скорее всего, сейчас не дружат, потому что у них абсолютно разные
Я
взгляды.
думаю, да. Я думаю, да, потому что это всем видом покажет на всю страну.
Well, that's my personal opinion. It's my assumption based on the social media and based on the, if you could translate the comments under his most recent post on Instagram, there is like a 15,000 comments that you will see that maybe 50 of that comments are like support Lomachenko's point of view and the rest is totally against of it. So, and Usyk,
Скажи, он переобулся много раз.
basically he changed his opinion so many times. He was pro-Orthodox church. Right now, he totally changed his opinion. So, and Lomachenko, he keeps his opinion from day one until today. So he never changed it.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's why.
That is interesting. That is interesting that they, because those guys is like inseparable. They're
under the
they're
same
really good
manager.
friends.
Yeah, they're under the same manager.
Yeah, yeah.
Что он поддерживает сейчас Ломаченко или не подсказывает, не дает каких-то советов публичных. И получается так, что они разошлись.
Well, I don't know, but yeah, like again, as I said before, it seems like based on the social media, because the opinions are totally different. Most likely, maybe they're not even like. I mean, I don't see the support from Usyk. I don't see his support towards Lomachenko at all.
Wow.
Если бы он брат или там родственник, он бы дал совет, поддержал бы его. Если он видит, что его 15 тысяч комментариев его хейтят.
They have been like friends forever and
Yes.
told each other like brothers and best friends. However, I don't see the support from Usyk. Not even a word. Not even like any sentences towards the Lomachenko, unfortunately.
Interesting. That's interesting.
That is very interesting. Well, you should put that the video that you had earlier if you had. But yeah, no, that's crazy because they're, again, they're really really good friends, and for to even kind of separate in opinion, that's difficult.
Разделяет дружбу, разделяет много чего.
We don't know what's basically going on behind the closed doors, right? But in Ukraine, there is a war, and people divided anyway. And it seems like Lomachenko Usyk also will be based on the point of views of the same situation. But it doesn't mean that Lomachenko didn't like Ukraine. Oh, I'm sure he loves Ukraine, but just his opinion towards the Orthodox Church is different.
People hate for Lomachenko 2 fights ago for bring for ring after victory, flag for city, and Lara hates people for no bring Ukraine flag, bring for city flag.
Oh.
Wow.
2 fights ago, Lomachenko brought up the flag of his own town.
Mhm.
It was not like Ukrainian flag, but it was the flag representing his own town. And again, he received so many so much against of it. I mean, come on, it was not like somebody's else flag or another country flag. It's still like Ukrainian flag. It's just like, okay, some people will go out with American flag and some will with California because they were born in California. So
Yeah.
that's the basic brought the flag of his like a state.
Yeah. So it's really controversial, like how he's coming out here in the U.S. And the flags he's bringing, and him, for the Eastern Orthodox and Roman Catholic and all that stuff. Like Loma really like puts it out there.
Запад разделился с Востоком, и поэтому
И я его уважаю как боксера и всегда восхищаюсь им, и всегда поддерживаю. Как бы не было в политике, я не лезу, но как боксера я его очень поддерживаю.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Your statement is correct. And as I said before, I respect him as a boxer, like no matter what my statements were towards him before, but in this particular situation, like, I support him.
Always for amateur, now
Like, I
professional.
support his box fights.
Скажи, у Усика нет опыта, чтобы идти в политику, им пользуются просто как...
Usyk became right now as a political, as a doll, like kind of a doll in that politician situation. And basically, I think he doesn't have his own opinion. It's sold out. He's not afraid to express himself.
Wow, that's pretty deep. I mean,
that's more of that's more the political stuff and friendship and all that stuff, just because of differing opinion.
Yeah, but we don't have anything like that in the Philippines where it's like, I mean, yeah, like, I mean, do we? Or
there's a lot of that in the Philippines.
actually, no, I take that back.
There's
like
a lot
when
in
the
the Philippines
Muslim
that are like
states
that.
in the Philippines try to separate themselves from the Philippine government.
Yeah.
And then
they want their own nation. So
yeah. So we have kind of the same thing as well.
Yeah. All right. So that was one of the guys that we want to mention about and what you think about him. So you want to move on to the next guy, or
you say the next guy, because I think there's a lot of backstory
okay,
on the
so
next guy.
Who's gonna be the next guy for us?
Well, it's the biggest one that he's been going back and forth with on social media.
All right. Hey, are you ready for Tank Davis? What do you think about Tank Davis?
Wait. We need to know where it started.
Yeah, where did it start in the first place? How did it start? I mean, I know the sparring and all that stuff.
Скажи, что это был просто фейк. Все 4 раунда был отлично, а потом, когда они запретили снимать, а когда этих 40 секунд заснял его менеджер, они выложили. Все остальное...
So Tank Davis, he's like kind of dirty man. I mean, like people better to stay alert. So the situation with the sparring, he called me to help him spar, and so I was free at that time, and I agreed. I didn't get paid, like we didn't even discuss it. It was basically like a favor. So you want me to help you, I will help you. So when we came to the sparring, so first he was late, like 2 hours late, and he showed his total disrespect to Jack Mosley, my coach at that time. And the situation was already kind of awkward, but once we stepped to the ring, he was the one who made that argument about the videotaping. So disagree not to videotape. So when Jack Mosley took out his phone and tried to take a video, so basically they said, well, like we agree, like you have to hide it. Like keep it away. So that's what Jack Mosley did. However, his manager, he took out the phone at the last
30 seconds.
at the last basically like a 30 seconds of the sparring.
Он ударил меня в бутылку и
So
начали снимать это.
he hit me on the back of the head. Right after that moment, they start making the video.
Only 30 seconds, nothing.
And did you know during that time he was videotaping you? Or, well, no, because you were in the ring.
No.
Yeah.
And after sparring, they go out, take off ring, no say thank you, no say bye, go out, and скажи, такая ситуация произошла, ну, непонятная, и он даже не сказал ни пока, ни спасибо.
So yeah, and right after like those 30 seconds, the sparring was like off immediately, absolutely unexpectedly, and without any notices, and he stopped from the ring, and that's it, like didn't even say goodbye. If I'm not mistaken, we even like took a picture together, but he didn't even say a word, and nobody knew about that video.
И скажи, что он сказал, я приду в понедельник, мы сделаем еще спарринг, заснимем это лайв, и ничего не было. Я приехал, никого не было.
Это было после того, как
Да.
And after the video was released, I got a phone call from his manager, and he said, well, like, you know, that's kind of fucked up, but it is what it is. Let's do this way. Let's meet on Monday again, and let's have another sparring, and we will do it live. If you want to like clear up. Gervonta said, like, you know what, let's do it live. Let's meet Monday.
Wow. Live stream it?
So, and he didn't show up.
I come in and wait 2 hours and nobody comes.
Wow.
When was this? Like, what year was this?
Oh, I forgot. 2020 or
Okay.
2020. And I'm staying many champion camps. Jorge Linares, Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao. Never seen him for this situation. Скажи, это было грязно и неуважительно. Как
You know, that type of situation was dirty and respected. Okay, like he doesn't respect me, but at least respect the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's very interesting. So he never showed up for what he claimed to do a live sparring.
Никогда не показывал вот этот спарринг, который должен был делать live.
Да, он не пришел.
No, he never showed up.
И они мне не заплатили. Я согласился бесплатно, потому что это я ему сделал одолжение помочь.
Somebody was claiming like, yeah, you made it for money. Guys, I didn't make it for money. He asked my help, and I helped him.
And so this is why you're very mad about what they did, especially the posting of the sparring, but at the same time, you know, you were just trying to help him out.
Они поступили очень грязно и неуважительно. И это я замечаю за каждым его кемпом. У меня такие ситуации.
What can I do about it? Listen, like, am I mad? Am I upset? I'm probably not upset, but I'm not okay. So I've got an experience, which is probably like I shouldn't have, but I have it. It is what it is, but that's what I've noticed from his camp. When he's having camps, like, that's what I've noticed. That's what he's having with his sparring partners. He's a dirty. He's the dirty.
And so, everybody tell me this dirty guy.
And he never told you he was going to post it. He just posted it one day.
Он никогда не говорил, что он будет это постить, он просто взял и запостил.
Да, они после вышли из зала и через час это выставили.
Yes.
Показать, какой он сильный. На самом деле он не выставил, как было 4-5 раундов.
Yeah, I have no idea that they're gonna. We have no idea that they actually like recorded, and they didn't post full sparring. They posted last 30 seconds, like when I was hit on the back of my head, and that's it. And I think like an hour after they step out from the gym, they posted.
Oh, so it was the same day.
So that's where you guys started the all of this
back and forth.
Да.
Yes.
Я на него не злюсь, просто он дебил и все.
Listen, I'm not mad at him. Just I think he's an idiot. Like, what can I do with an idiot? Like, you know, it's a disrespectful person. But what else?
Well, you get a lot of that from from boxing. So boxing, I mean, I've had my own I've had my own experience with other people, but yeah, no, that's unfortunate, but I guess that's just how things going. I mean, if you can speak it now, what would you say to him? Let it be, let it out.
Я хочу сказать, что это для меня большой опыт. Хороший опыт, плохой он для меня опыт. А его просто карма догонит и в самый неподходящий момент накажет, потому что я наблюдаю за ним всю эту боксерскую карьеру и вижу, какие у него в жизни проблемы. Не то, что связано с боксом. Он стал богатый, он теряет голову, теряет рассудок, и у него проблемы.
Yes, like good experience, bad experience, it's experience. So I have to accept like and let it go. But in regards to him, like we have to remember that the karma is the bitch. So and whatever doing like against the people, like and especially in the boxing court, like we all like athletes and we all have reputation. And when he tried to put somebody's health reputation down by doing this shitty stuff, no, well, then he should expect something else back. And chasing, not like a chasing, but like observing his life, not only in the boxing ring, but also like his personal life. Well, he has his own problems, so maybe that's why he's such a jerk.
Wow. Well, so going into that, if you have an opportunity to fight him, would you fight him?
Если у меня будет такая возможность подраться, не после, как я побью Броннера, с удовольствием я ему устрою хороший бой. И если он недооценивает, что это будет изи-бой, это бокс. Там решает каждый любой удар.
Well, if I will have such opportunity, why not? Like, yeah, I would accept it. I have a Bronner right now, so I don't even think like about the like anybody else. But in the perspective, yes, why not? And of course, like he's gonna underestimate, which is gonna be his big mistake, because this is the boxing. And when we step out in the ring, like we basically start from the scratch.
And
So every fight begins on the ring from the scratch. So there is no like favors or not favors. So the ring is the main like part to resolve any issues and prove who is who.
И я много наблюдал, когда боксеры не уважают друг соперников, они получали.
And like we know the history of the boxing when the opponents did not respect the opponents, right? And how it was overturned. Let's, for example, say about Bronner and Maidana.
Yeah, right. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and so there was I believe you were quoted in saying that Tank actually got knocked down in sparring by, I can't remember the guy's name, and it was probably something I couldn't pronounce. Was Tank knocked down in sparring?
Он, скажи, что эти бойцы, я не знаю, они просто, наверное, просто как регулярные ребята, которые приходят вперед для того, чтобы снять такие фейковые видео.
I don't know about that particular situation. I haven't heard. And but I think like in his history, it's very common. Like he just takes those boys, become boxers, and literally like use them as a backs for his self-promotional videos, like self-improve.
Okay. No, but have you ever heard about Tank getting knocked down?
Когда ты слышал, чтобы танка
Ой, yes.
спарринге?
Да, и это было в Лас-Вегасе, его парень с Узбекистана нокаутировал лицом вперед упал. Это было в Лас-Вегасе.
Yes, that one, yes. It
Не
was in
помню,
Las
какой год.
Vegas. I don't remember the year, but he had a sparring with the boxer from Uzbekistan.
He trained in Las Vegas too.
And that boxer basically knocked him out. He punched him in the face, and he lay down like face down to the ring.
Wow.
Really?
Wow, I thought it was just a knockdown. That was a knockout.
Is there video footage?
Yeah. Where's the video footage, man? We want to see it.
Поэтому видео никто не
that was in his, it was in the Gervonta's basically gym. And if there is a rules and policies not to record, not to release, that's what everybody follows. Everybody, a Tank.
Yeah.
Это точно. Ты можешь
But
даже
this is
поговорить с
this
этим
is
бойцом.
true. If you want, like, I can give you the name of that Uzbekistani fighter because he personally told me.
Wow.
You could tell us, but I can't pronounce it. So
Скажи, у меня есть это в Твиттере, но я забыл какой.
You know, I don't remember his name. I have him in the Twitter. I have him in the Twitter. I will send it to you.
If you check phone for you see who is that.
Yeah.
okay. So he told you that they were sparring in Vegas and that Tank went face down on the mat during their sparring.
I know this guy 147 pounds. The
Uh-huh.
one time maybe 130 pounds. It's big different weight. And Gervonta's coming, and this guy blocking, and bam. And Gervonta face down. Drop it.
Oh.
Yeah. After sparring, this guy called me and tell me, I'm knock you out, Gervonta. I knocked out Gervonta.
What do you feel like, well, you sparred him once, but just from what you've seen, what do you think that his weaknesses are?
On mentally weak.
Mentally weak.
Так shit with. I've never seen him for many great champions sparring. Так shit. Скажи, он пришел без капы, он был бывший. Это неуважение к спорту.
Yeah, I think his biggest weakness is his like mental being. Because during the training, during the sparrings, like he tried to show off, but let's realize that most likely that's how he tried to protect himself. Just showing disrespect to the others, he shows his weakness. Like, we try not to take him serious, but listen, this is the boxing, this is the sparring, this is the experience. But yeah, that's what I observed. Like, I think that his mental stuff, like his mental being is the biggest weakness.
И все новости, которые были на протяжении его всей боксерской карьеры, обижает женщин. Это очень низко для боксера.
Observed, like, I'm not,
Было, не было, это, не просто так
you know, I'm not
разговор.
gonna like discuss the most recent situation with his baby mama. I don't know whether she admitted that she lied or she did not admit that she lied.
Oh,
You know,
before her.
that's the situation. It is what it is. And he had a history of that mental breaks before as well. And yeah, showing your power to a woman and not being mentally stable and not being able to hold yourself no matter what the situation. Plus, like, we shouldn't forget that he's a public person and it's like a double trouble. And yeah, he's mentally very weak.
So during the sparring, what kind of gloves? Do he change his gloves weight and stuff like that, or does he use his different gloves in terms of like comparing to other fighters, or is it the same gloves? Because sometimes I'm sparring with the 16 ounce, and some guys are trying to do 14 and stuff like that, or anything like that. I mean,
I'm sparring for Ponce de Leon gym, and Mexican guy used two same gloves, 110, 114. I feel it. My manager check gloves is big difference.
wow.
Gervonta use winning gloves. I remember. Just everything is good. Just скажу, он просто неуважительно
You
относился.
know, I can't say like anything
Он
against like
пришел
his
подбородок
like
вверх, ни с кем не здоровался.
you know, gloves or outfit. Yeah, he decided not to wear kappa, and he nose. Yeah, he had his nose up. He was just, but nothing like against the gloves or like anything like that.
If he apologized to you for posting the video, would you be friends again?
Excuse me, can you repeat?
If he apologized for posting the video, would you guys be cordial or friends again?
Я на его не обижаюсь. Это его просто, я же говорю, ему приходит свое время и карма догонит его. Я на его не обижаюсь.
I've been friends
Это
before, and I don't mad on him. Like, I mean, I used to, like, of course, like the first couple of weeks, and everybody don't like to like be in like that type of injustice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like right now, I don't really care. Like we're not gonna friends. Like, and his apology, I mean, his apology probably like it's like an air, like a waving in the air. Like,
Mhm.
Nonito, I'm staying many champions camp. Never seen him for this situation. Never.
Wow,
I'm
that's interesting.
many champion. Linares, Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, and many different boxer. Never seen him. No,
Wow.
after sparring, jump in the ring. No say thank you. No say hi bye and leave.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's, there's a lot of fighters that are like that, but yeah, like you said, there's a lot of great fighters out there that are grateful. So, we'll just kind of move on to what
Last
your focus is about. The person that you're fighting
We
in.
still have to talk about Adrian Broner.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
The
okay.
person that you're fighting. This is what we want to talk about. Your mental state, how you are, and we're going to talk about Broner. So that way, we just want to clear things out. How the fight started with the other guys and stuff like that. But Adrian Broner, what do you think of Adrian Broner?
что ты думаешь про это?
Для меня этот боец легенда, он 4-кратный чемпион мира. Этот бой должен был состояться давно, но по каким-то причинам оттягивался и просто стал мое время.
To me, he's a legend. He's a 4 times world champion. He's entertaining boxer, and I like him. I like him. We're supposed to fight together against each other in 2019. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but yeah, he was telling that he's retired. And I was with Sugar Shane Mosley at that time. He was my coach. We really were like preparing for the fight. And then I believe it was like October, October 2019, like he said that he retired for some odd reason. And then when I was switched to Danny Garcia.
Last moment, last 3 weeks before fight, switch Danny Garcia fight.
Oh,
Mhm.
well, that's different, especially when you have a different fighter you've been training for the entire time.
Yeah. So looking at Broner now, what kind of strategy do you have going into that fight with him? I mean, you don't have to tell your strategy, but what is your mental state going into, and how do you see Broner going into this fight?
Я буду готовиться к лучшей версии Бронера. Независимо, в каком он сейчас или будет, я буду готовиться к лучшей его форме.
I'm getting ready for the best shape of the Bronner. It doesn't matter to me how he looks right now. It's absolutely doesn't matter what people like keep posting about his weight or like when he's due and so on. No, I'm gonna get ready and I'm ready, like preparing right now already for the best shape of Adrian Bronner.
Yeah, so there's the fight. This is what they put up that you guys are fighting on February
25.
25. Now, and that's in Atlanta, right?
Yes, Georgia.
Georgia, Atlanta. We haven't been there yet.
No.
Have you been there yet?
Yeah, last fight.
Last fight.
Oh.
Well, I guess you can call it your home now then.
Yeah.
So when you go into the fight, you go a week before the fight, the week of,
Of course. 1 week before fight. Maybe on Monday or Tuesday.
Monday or
Oh,
Tuesday. Yeah, that's
okay.
about
Yeah,
right.
that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too.
And your weight's going good. I mean, we're so far out, but you feel like you can make the weight. There's not gonna be a problem.
Oh, it's many fighters make different for people make weight, not make victory. It's big difference.
Mm.
It's just boxing great champions make weight, no make victory. It's big difference. I'm make win. I'm hard training and doesn't matter my weight. My weight's always уже у меня всегда в порядке.
Like my weight is on like I don't really care about my weight, so it's not an issue at all. So, and like Ivan wanted to say that many fighters prepare like during the camp, they working out on the weight instead of the working out on the victory, towards the victory. So that's the issue. So they dehydrated themselves thinking about the weight. So in my particular situation, I don't think about a weight. It's not an issue.
So going into this fight, how confident are you?
Насколько ты уверен в этом?
Я уверен, потому что я буду сильно готовиться, я готовлюсь сильно, у меня есть опыт, чтобы побить его. Есть то оружие, которое у меня есть.
You know, I have all weapons to win, and I'm more than confident. And don't forget that I was getting ready for Adrian Broner in 2019. So we're supposed to have another fight. There were like, you know, negotiations about another fight. I don't remember. It was either like a 2020. I believe it was 2020 when we were like discussing like another fight. I'm not gonna lie, I believe 2020. So, and let's say that I was getting ready for Adrian Broner twice, at least twice. So, and
So let me hear it then, Ivan. Are you gonna win the fight?
actually,
Of course.
Let me hear it. That energy, Ivan. I will win the fight.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking fighter. I'm real hard trained and beat Adrian Broner. Why not?
There you go. So that's from Ivan. You know, he's very confident going into this fight. His weight is good. You know, it's nothing to worry about. It's something that he's gonna go out there, and he's very confident. He's trained for 2 Adrian Broner kind of fights, almost three. So he's very confident, and he says he's gonna win this fight.
My weight right now 152. Doesn't not
Oh,
problem.
that's easy.
That's very very easy.
Easy. One I'm wake up, no eat breakfast, and my weight's 147.
Super easy.
Yeah,
Super easy.
Yeah.
Very very easy.
He
So
just
you're just
wakes up.
focusing to win the fight, or focusing on the fight really, because like you said, a lot of the fighters focus on losing the weight during training camp. That's very good.
Exactly.
Yep. Well, we don't want to keep you because we know you're in training, and we thank you
Yes.
so much for coming out. But we do want you to tell everyone where they can follow you. And if you have any last words, if you have any things that you want to get off your chest and say to anyone out there, like, go ahead and do it. It's your time.
Я хочу сказать большое спасибо всем моим фанатам и кто верит в меня. Это будет классный бой, я обещаю.
I truly appreciate everyone who supports, who believes into me. And guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me in your here on your YouTube channel. I truly appreciate it. And well, I believe in this fight it's going to be very entertaining.
Perfect.
Well, we wish
good
you the
luck.
best of luck and keep training hard and go out there with lots of heart and heart of a champion. You do your best, you know, mental strength, mental you know, strong mind, you know,
Thank-
strong body, and go out there for the win.
Thank you so much, Nonito and your wife.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you guys there, and enjoy.
Have
Thank
a
you.
nice night, and thank you, Mrs.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Well, there you guys have it. Yeah, the clap. Yes, the clap. Oh yes. We're gonna do one more clap.
Okay, more claps.
Yeah, we'll do a clap, and there you have it with this. That's right.
That's his favorite button.
I know.
It's the only
Well,
button he
there you
likes
go,
the
man.
most.
You know, we wanted to instigate a little bit, but you know, every fighter get their nice guy sides at times. So
Well, I think like sometimes when, like I said this before, like first of all, you're reactionary, right?
right,
And then so you say something on Twitter, and then but when it comes to saying it, you're like, man, I don't really have the energy that I said it when I tweeted.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is okay.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it's
there's
kinda
how many
like-
times do we get into a fight, and you know, sometimes we say the wrong words or the meanest words, you know, because we react to things, and you know, sometimes you get those people that react to a lot of things, and they say a lot of things, and you know, but when you get them when they're conscious enough, then they are one of the nicest people. You know?
Yes. So
Or respectful people, you know.
I'm gonna actually drop the StreamYard, and then Nonito's gonna do a monologue. He sucks at monologue.
I suck
but
at monologue,
We're gonna
but
try. We're gonna make
you know what?
him
You know what? I'm
practice.
gonna say the
And
right
I'm gonna
word this
call
time.
my father because I've seen like 20 things on here. It's like Call your dad. Call your dad. So I'm gonna make sure everything's okay with my dad, and you guys have to help Nonito do a monologue, or you could come up and talk to him. There's the link. I'm gonna. Oh, I can't pin it. I didn't open up YouTube, but whatever. So there you guys go. You're gonna have control. You know how to do it.
Nope, but I'm gonna figure it out anyway.
You guys gotta
so
coach him.
just hang out
thanks,
with me
Con.
and
Everyone
then
say
help
what
me
it-
out. I don't know
Call
how
your
to
dad.
do
Call
this
your
stuff.
dad. Okay, I'm calling my dad.
All right, go
I'll be
call
right
your
back.
dad.
Okay,
Go call your
ahead.
dad.
Monologue. Let's see.
So monologue, huh? Well, anyways, guys, this is the new year. No. But yeah, help me out here, man. Help me out here. You know, it says call your dad again. Call your dad, Rachel.
Oh my
call
God.
your dad.
I'm calling
Call your dad. So yeah, man. I mean, yeah, like I said, man, there's a lot of fighters out there that go out there and then you know they get all pissed off about something, and when you talk to them, they're very nice. You know, sometimes I do the same thing. There was a time here, you know, that I was cursing the hell out of everything and everyone on the YouTube, and you know, you don't see that, but I did that, you know, so I was very reactionary at that time. But yeah, man, sometimes we do get over our head and we can't control our emotion, you know, and the older that we get, the more that we take those control of ourselves. So but yeah, well, you know, War Wednesday, we're gonna have a lot more of War Wednesday, but maybe we get people who are really out there. But please do come up when you guys you know, chop it up with me and you know, hang out with me and all. So how do you put this on the top? So I'm trying to get this going. So bear with me here, guys. Bear with me here. What's up, Skywalker? What's up, everybody? Yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys, you know, you guys can talk about anything else. I mean, there's a lot of things that that's all about the smoke, the war. You know, this is War Wednesday. You know, it's maybe you know what? Maybe one of these days we'll get two people who are fighting together that you know in one thing and they can go back and forth talk shit, you know. So I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, man. But yeah, if you guys want to come up here, man, just hang out with me, chop it up with me, come up, man. But yeah, you guys gotta help me out how to work this thing, man. So yeah, shout out to everybody out there. Good Steven, how you doing, man? Shout out to you guys out there. Yeah, so War Wednesday. War Wednesday. Hey, anybody want to argue with me today? Just come up and argue with me. I know anybody want to talk shit to me or whatever. Just you know, this is War Wednesday. We're gonna start it all up, man. Come on, man. I'm feeling lonely here, guys. Come on, y'all. Yeah, just come up here and just chop it up, man. Talk about crap. You know what? Skywalker, come up here, dude. Let's talk. Let's talk about your next fight or coming up here. You know, border wars and talk shit about your other people, man. Come on, fire it all up. So, I think I'm gonna start singing now. Hold on, here go, here go. Oh, who is that? I gotta go to the door. Oh, it's Skywalker. What's up, dude?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Good, man. War Wednesday, man, but it was pretty chill. It was
Man, I
pretty chill.
missed most of the show. I was in the gym. I had my phone put away, so Ivan came on and had some good words. Or I have to go back,
Yeah, no,
man.
he was very respectful. You know, there's people that he wasn't he didn't really like so much in terms of political and stuff like that, but he came out there very respectful speaking of it, you know. But you get his Twitter and his social media, and it's very blatant, it's very harsh. But you know, you get him out here and he was very respectful. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what about you, man?
Nice.
Getting ready for a fight, huh?
Yeah, I've been doing some intense training. I train Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, I'm gonna train all week, man. So I think I'm gonna take
So in
Saturday
case
off.
you guys don't know, Skywalker's gonna be fighting at Border Wars. I don't know what number Border Wars we are on.
It's number
But it's in
14.
February. Okay, number 14. It's here in Las Vegas. The Boxing Voice is actually putting it on. I don't know if they're still accepting fighters. Ooh, but you know, Skywalker will be fighting there February 25th, right?
Yeah, February 25th.
You know, it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome if they did Border Wars, and then that night they showed the Adrian Broner fight at like some after party or something, since it's the same day.
Yeah. Oh, Rip Jones. The prediction for Saturday. We will do that on Friday. So stay tuned on that. You know, the prediction for Friday. or prediction for Saturday will be on Friday. So
We're actually gonna do a whole a breakdown
Devin
of
Devin Haney Devin Haney's going to be at Border Wars this year too. They're real excited about you being there, Nonito, and Devin Haney's got a fighter too. So
nice.
interesting.
so is he representing? So I'm representing you, man. You better
I'm
kick some butt, bro.
I'm working harder than my opponent. I'll tell you that, man. I've been
There
putting a
you
lot of
go,
hours.
bro. It's in
And
the blood, Skywalker. It's in the blood, bro.
in the blood.
So
Yeah, my uncle.
Skywalker, introduce yourself to everyone and your channel and who your bloodline is, because I believe
Okay.
these people don't know. So give us your resume,
Yeah.
bro.
Skywalker Boxing. I got a YouTube channel started about 7 months ago. I'm part of the winning team. It's a new network of content creators, positive content creators. We're all different boxing opinions, but we try to keep it positive. And I'm ex-military, and I come from the bloodline of Bobby Chacon. That was my mom's brother. He was a two-time world champ, 130 WBC world champ, fighter of the year in 1982, 1983, back-to-back years, and also Hall of Famer, inducted to the Hall of Fame. He passed away,
and he was tough, man. He had a lot of balls, man. Bobby was something else. So yeah, it's in the blood, bro.
Yeah.
And Clea Stephan said, "Good luck, hermano. Skywalker Boxing #TWT. Good evening, Ma'am Rachel and Champ Nonito. Salute and much respect."
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys are an inspiration.
So
I'm the same age as you, Nonito. You motivate me, bro.
There you go. Age is nothing but a number, man.
Ain't nothing but a number, right?
Yes, sir.
So would you be offended if your sparring partner released your videos before your fight?
Yeah, I guess if I was like a professional fighter and I'm trying to keep something secret, but if it's like Border Wars or some kind of a like exhibition type of fight, then I don't see the problem in it. But if it's something's at stake, like your strategy of what you're working on, then yeah, I guess
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm very, 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 very I watch. I get all the guys, my guys to get anybody. 'Cause sometimes they go in training and they can bring a couple people in, and I always tell my guys to just watch because you're working on something. So I do believe that if they're not showing the whole fight or the whole sparring, at least for Ivan, if they're not showing the whole sparring, then don't post 30-second clips of something else. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you're saying if they're gonna post a sparring, then post the whole thing.
Right, but that's for Ivan. But for me, I've always just been very, very, very private.
Yeah, no one's like ever recorded ours or even like put it out there at all.
Yeah. And then if they did, because I trusted them,
Yeah. No, well, yeah, you trusted them to record but not release it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
well,
like
they do sign a contract to a waiver.
non-disclosure.
That's the word. I don't know.
They sign a wager?
No.
Were you trying to say waiver?
Waiver.
Yeah, waiver.
That's what I said.
Non-disclosure.
That's non-disclosure.
Well,
okay,
totally
that's your mastermind
Oh my
Monday.
gosh.
I don't know what the heck. This is what I do. I fight.
Oh, Clea, just to let you know, I called my dad on the phone, on Facebook Messenger, on everything. He's not. I think you guys are playing with me because my dad would have called me and it would have gone straight to my phone.
Rach, call your dad.
Your dad can't come in the house. Your gate is closed. What? Oh, okay. Let me try again. I was calling, but let me try. I'll be back.
Yeah. So okay, that's cool, man. So what are you working on? I mean, today I sparred with. Actually, I sparred with a thing today. I sparred with Amado Vargas. Just helping them out because there's things that they never had any amateur experiences. So I'm just helping them out to how to do things properly. To get used to. So what are you working on in terms of strengthening? Because you gotta, not to put your things out there, but just to work on,
I'm of course, like we're older. My wind is actually really good. I've been running a lot of sprints, lunges, a lot of squats, a lot of leg workouts. My problem is my feet, and keeping them in the right position, and you know what I mean, and just training myself to that muscle memory of keeping, you know, my feet at like that 12-2, and being able to, yeah, that's what I'm having a hard time with is my feet. But I think that, like, you know, just the repetitiveness, you know, of my one. I think I've been working on the 1-2 so much, bro. Like I'm working on the threes. Like I'm working on my hooks and learning how to throw my hook, and it's all like basic, all basics, brother. That's all I've been working on.
Hey,
Just, you know.
Skywalker. You know what what punches I won the nationals with, like, for so many years. You know what punches I threw on all of my
It's the
fights?
1-2.
Just the 1-2. I didn't know how to throw the left hooks. I just 1-2 jab, 1-2 jab, jab jab, straight 1-2. That was it. That was it. That's all you need to win the fight. You know, because
Yeah.
if you're trying to do anything else and you're off balance, you're throwing the left hook and you're getting all open and you're gonna get caught with something. So 1-2,
Yeah.
1-2, 1-2 jab. Those are the main thing that you need to learn as you are
Tuck
learning.
and, yeah, cut him tucked, defense, you know what I mean? Hip movement, bro. Like, man, that's one thing that I've been practicing more, so it's coming along. Actually, I can see improvements. When I first started, I was like, man, how am I supposed to rotate my hips on these punches, or you know what I mean?
Right.
But
Well, again,
yeah,
you know,
I'm getting
it's all
better.
repetition. It's all repetition, bro.
I've sparred 3 times. Now, the first time I sparred, I'm not gonna lie, man, I embarrassed myself. I took a knee, and they were yelling at me, "Get up!" And you know what I mean. I was dead in there, you know, with the mouthpiece, the headgear, the first time. And now I've sparred. I'm on my fourth. Tomorrow I'm gonna spar for my 4th time, and now I'm going the full three 3-minute rounds. Even though I'm fighting 2-minute rounds, I'm sparring 3-minute rounds. So I got that extra
Well,
minute
you
of
know, that'll help
wind.
out. Yeah, that help out a lot. What weight are you, or does Skywalker fight at?
Oh, I'm
What weight
already
are you
at fight
fighting
weight.
at?
That's another accomplishment. I weighed 192 30 days ago. I'm at 175 and a half, and I'm fighting at 175. So I'm already at fight weight. So
Wow,
yeah,
really? That means you can drop a little bit more, bro. You know,
yeah.
for the
I could
next
go to
fight, you
168.
know.
I could go to 168, but yeah, we're gonna meet at one.
Hey,
My
build
opponent.
some muscle too. Build some muscle as you know, as you maintain that weight and you know, build up on it, man. So that's cool.
Right.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
It
So the
was
weight's
all
not
a
an issue. I'm right at weight.
misunderstanding.
What's that?
Squarefino was all a misunderstanding. He was trying to get into someone else's gate, and I guess everybody thought that he was trying to get to my gate. I'm like, what are you talking about? My dad knows how to get in my house. So
Why is he
I
trying
went
to
out
get
there.
somebody else's gate?
His uncle's gate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they thought, I don't know if he's on live or something right now, but they heard him trying to get in the gate. They're like, Rachel, he can't get in the gate. And so it wasn't even my gate, but thanks for the heads up anyway. So at least, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever. But yeah. So
Yeah.
what were we talking about? Weights? We're talking
No,
about
we're
weights?
just talking about the fights. You know, somebody was asking how much does he weight? You know, what he fights at and all that stuff. So,
Do you think
yeah.
Adrian Broner is gonna make the weight?
I mean, Ivan is good with his weight, but you know, he's a fighter. So that's the thing that Ivan was saying is he's training to fight and win, while Broner is training to
make weight.
Make weight. So there's a big difference in that, because for a long time that's what I did, was fight to make weight, you know, or train to make weight for the fight. So
yeah,
it's hard, but you know, well, Skywalker is on weight already, so he can focus on the strategy and just learning repetition of how to do the things, which is the 1-2 jab, 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 use the jab, dude. I'm telling you, bro, you can win the fight just by doing that. That's how I won fights. Jab, 1-2, 1-2 jab, 4 punches, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, so that's the easiest thing you can ever do, and it's just direct. If you learn how to do that, if you can master the 1-2, bro, you're already a very difficult fighter to fight.
Con Shawnery said Adrian Broner will make light heavyweight, no problem.
Light heavyweight. He's gonna fight. Yeah. He's gonna fight Canelo and them.
It's gonna be on BLK Prime, right? That fight's gonna be on BLK Prime.
Yeah, because he did, I believe, a 3-fight deal.
Yeah, right. BLK Prime.
Yeah. So yeah,
the last fight was with Figueroa, but they couldn't make it happen, right? That was the
one that he and that's what kind of confused me about Adrian Broner is, he pulled out of that fight citing mental health issues, and then he turned around and then he was saying that Al didn't give him fights. It was like, that's a hard place to be in as far as a promoter or a manager, because if your fighter is saying that they have mental health issues and they actually pull out of a fight, like, you don't want to push them over the edge by saying like, hey, so you ready to come back yet? Are you ready yet? You don't want to put added pressure if
Are
someone's
you
having,
mentally healthy now?
yeah, like so I mean, I get, you would feel as far as the manager and promoter that you would hear from your fighter saying, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to fight now. But that wasn't the case. Everything Boxing. Welcome to the stream.
Everything boxing.
Oh. Whoa.
You sound like a robot.
You sound like a robot, dude. You might come out and come back in. Come out, go out and come back in. Whoa, weird.
That was weird.
It's a robot. I don't think we have a robot thing.
Yeah. Robot. No, we do have a robot thing. So I actually connected.
Do not ask him to connect the karaoke.
I actually connected the karaoke stuff. It's pretty cool.
Don't ask him to come.
All right.
Because then he's gonna start singing, and then it's gonna be. I know. If you guys haven't seen that, I had
that's
a troll.
That's right. I went
I'm
to
surprised
Skywalker.
my troll's not here right now. I'm like really surprised, but
we thought it was Rick Glacier.
I have a troll. Yeah. Up, it's Everything Boxing.
There it is. Oh, what happened to Skywalker?
You dropped Skywalker.
No, I didn't drop Skywalker.
Hey, Everything Boxing.
Skywalker, where you at, bro?
I think I should be
Boxing.
good
What's
now.
up, brother?
Yeah, you're
What's
good.
going on,
What happened? That
Nonito?
was weird.
What's going
I'm
on,
great,
Rachel?
man.
Hi.
Great interview. Great interview.
Yeah, we just wanted to make fun. We just want to make things, we trying to hype things up and because everybody talks shit on Twitter and social media and stuff like that, But like she was saying, people tend to get very emotional about it, but when you start talking to them, he was very respectful, considering,
Yeah.
And I think it could have been because of the language barrier also. He couldn't, when it's a language barrier, it's a lot of times he can't really get off like he wants to and say exactly what he wants to because he got somebody translating for him too. So it could have been that.
She translated dirty a couple times though.
Yeah,
that was the one thing that she kept translating.
What do you think of Tank Davis? He is dirty. He's dirty.
Yeah.
Stop doing the accent. You're horrible at it.
I know. I'm bad with accent.
You're probably messing up like which part.
All right. I won't do no accent.
Don't do it. Please don't. Don't encourage him.
Yeah, but
salute to the chat. What weight are they fighting at? Because he said he's at 152, and then I called. He said that he was like, I can make 140. He was like, I can not eat and be 147. So are they fighting at 147?
Yeah, I think that's the fight is at 147.
Which I'm like,
I don't know if Broner can make that 147.
Yeah.
And then he's talking about after Ivan Redkach, he's going straight to fight. What did he say? He said he wants to fight Regis Prograis at 140. It's no way. Like, I don't see that happening.
Sometimes a fighter, man, they, like we have a lot of things in our head, and we want to fight everybody.
Maybe he doesn't know what weight Regis is.
I don't know.
I mean, like, you're literally going after. I mean, Adrian Broner. Let's be honest, though. Adrian Broner's not that tall, right?
I'm taller than him.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna let you say that.
I'm taller than Tank too.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say.
I'm taller than Pacquiao too.
You're about the same height as Regis, though, right?
Yeah, me and Regis about the same height.
Yeah. So maybe he. I mean, let's be honest. He goes into even. I mean, God, can you imagine him in 160 with like Charlo or something?
Damn.
Oh Lord, that'd be. Oh
Lord.
That'd be a disaster.
But you got to be honest. Like, this is. I mean, he has to be. And 160 is really nice to him right now. I'm thinking he's like.
I don't know, man.
175.
Maybe he looks really round.
So I'm saying, so at 175, maybe he cuts 15 and goes to Charlo's weight at
No, he
160.
knows he'll get killed.
They would kill him. They would kill him
Yeah,
up there.
man, that's too
With
crazy. I mean, he
like,
remember he came from 126. You know what I'm saying? When he fought De Leon, I got that picture too somewhere here. You know,
Oh, we do.
you
I
know
gotta
what I
look
when
for
he
mean?
it now.
fought Ponce de Leon. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Ponce
was
de
That's
it.
Leon. I
actually
was
pretty
the
cool.
photographer during that night.
A lot of people was like complaining, saying that he lost that fight. I thought he won that fight. It was a tough fight for him, but I thought he won that fight. I thought that he did enough to win that fight.
Yeah, I mean, he just I think people didn't really see him get hit as much as he did during that time, and during that time, he was a problem. You know, it was hard to figure him out. You know, and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden oh, we gotta do this. We gotta do
Oh,
this.
super chat. Wait.
Hold
You
on.
gotta let me do my thing
Okay,
first. Cause
do your
last
thing.
time
Okay, do
you
your thing.
just so okay.
Hey,
You
I
press.
get.
Go
Okay,
go
you
ahead.
ready?
Press. You
Which one
ready?
is
Say
that?
yeah.
One,
That one.
two. All right, all right.
All right. Where's
I like
that?
that. I'm gonna have to come up with me something now. I like that.
Yeah. Hey.
So Theodore said, "Get off the screen."
Okay. Okay.
How do
You
you
didn't. You
think?
didn't put
I
it.
can't. Oh, I didn't.
I
Okay.
put it right there.
How do you think Naoya Inoue does moving up to 122?
I think that he has the power to. He has the power for it. I mean, I I, I hit hard. He hits hard, and I was knocking guys out at 122. So I think he can knock guys at 122. Now the difference is the guys that he's fighting are a lot bigger and taller. So that might be a problem. And they can box, or they might have a confidence level where they're not gonna get spooked. So I
Well,
think, yeah, but I
don't
think
you
he
feel
has
like
power for it though.
that's a like we've been talking about? Like he said that he's never sparred an American like boxer style. So
Right.
like just not having the experience in that kind of
Yeah.
situation. I mean, how do you feel like he'll do against like Raiz or Stephen Fulton or even MJ at this point? Because MJ has a good amateur background, correct?
Yeah, but I mean, American fighters, like Raiz, he's a problem to solve. He's all over the place. His lateral movement. That's the difference is that Inoue is a straightforward kind of person. So when you have somebody who's going around and giving him lateral movement, guess what? It's gonna be very difficult for him to maneuver because he's just straight out in the middle. You know, I just obviously we have a game plan to put we set on, but I was just too hard at it and I just wanted to fight. But I think guys like Raiz and Fulton who goes lateral movement will be one of those people that can give him a lot of trouble or a lot of problems.
Who do you think that he would have problems with?
Definitely Stephen Fulton. Um, Reese, I think he probably have a problem with Reese because Reese, like you said, he gives a lot of lateral movement.
Hmm.
And them guys are bigger than him too. They're a
Yes,
lot bigger than him.
a lot
You
bigger.
know, it's just is his power gonna is his power gonna go up with him? That we got to see because if he's still going to be able to have that same explosiveness and power because he got the speed, he has that speed. I don't think he really going to lose that speed, but is he going to go with him that power? That's the
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
and is he going to slow that? Is he going to be still as quick too? Because he's quick.
Is but
He.
the thing about it that he's quick in releasing his punches, but he's not as quick in his feet. That's the problem. Is
Hmm.
he's very sticky or heavy on his feet. He's like one of those
Right.
Japanese guys. They're heavy on their feet, but he is quick in releasing those punches, and he had a lot of power going into it because he has those fast twitch, and that's what creates all those power. And he has a heavy hand at the same time.
I think you exploited a lot of things in him in that first fight too. A
Yeah.
lot of things that the fans didn't know before. We like, oh, okay. Like you said, he's not really that quick on his feet, and you were able to exploit those things in the first fight when you fought him.
Right.
Uh,
So
I gotta.
if you yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, and I'll ask you after.
So if you look at the first fight, I was doing a lot of lateral movement, so
Hmm.
he couldn't really catch up to me or he'll miss because I wasn't in front of him. In this fight, I was in front of him because I was just being me at that time. But the first fight, I was very smart. I was moving left and right, not staying in front of him. And that's the thing is that like you said, I exploited a lot of the things that nobody really saw into that fight. But I think this is why going up to 122 and these guys studying that fight about lateral movement is one key that can deter his attack.
Right, right. Um, how
Everything
long
boxing
did you?
before you go in, before we like go
uh,
way too far away from this topic, that's the picture that Nonito actually took.
Oh,
Ringside.
that's dope. Damn.
That's De Leon with Broner.
Yeah, that's dope.
And
Broner with
then
that with the shoulder roll. The thing with his shoulder roll, he never gave no. He didn't have no head movement with his shoulder roll.
No,
there is another one. Share screen window. This one. This is where I think oh no, wait, I
that's the
showed you
same
that
one.
one. My bad. Calm down.
No,
I just
woman.
literally
This is
just
war, man. This is war.
Oh, see, that's why.
That's
Okay,
the one.
there. It moved.
No, it's the same thing, girl.
Why is it like that?
Well, try the other one then. Just try the other one.
Here, I'm just gonna close. There. Can you guys see that
Oh,
one?
there you go.
No. Yeah, that's the one where he's at. So it was great because he got both shots, right? Adrian taking one and Ponce taking one. But that's when Nonito was.
That's my photography skills. Oh, I
Yeah.
think
I
somebody's
didn't even
down
know
there.
you did photography.
Yes,
That's
sir.
dope.
Let's welcome to the panel, Little Penny.
Hi, little Penny. Little
Hey,
Penny.
Nonito! Oh my God, Nonito, man, I'm a huge fan of yours. My
Thank
family
you.
actually bought the because it's a pay-per-view for us here. We bought the Donaire versus Montiel fight on pay-per-view, and
Oh, thank you.
we had like at least 50 people, like everyone's bringing electric plan and whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Electric one.
Yeah, yeah.
and that Rachel, what's that white cake that everyone Pavlova, that's it. We had heaps of those and we had a great time, and I can't even believe that Montiel got up from that left hook. Like,
Well, he got up. It was just automatic thing. That's the thing too. He's just automatic, and he didn't even know. That's the thing was he didn't even know that where he was at and all of that stuff. He can't even remember any of that. So, but going back to everything boxing, you said you were gonna ask me a question. What was that question you were gonna ask me?
Yeah, so having to go to Japan and fight, obviously you stay in. I mean, Cali,
Vegas.
Vegas. Okay, and having to go all the way to Japan, like, how does it affect you? Because I mean, how like when did you go over there? 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I mean,
We went
what
there
amount
about
of
three
time did you
weeks.
give yourself?
We went about 3 weeks. And the thing was, it's a huge time difference. It was 16 hours or 15 hours time difference. So but I mean, I'm not gonna make that excuse for me. It was just a big difference in time.
Well, I mean, I think everything was different. We the first Inouye fight, didn't we come from the Philippines?
Yes, we did come
So
from the
we went to the
Philippines, so we got
Philippines.
used to.
The time difference.
Yeah, we
There's
would
only
train
an
in the
hour between the
Philippines.
two.
Yeah.
It's super hot in the Philippines compared to Japan,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at least we're on the 1 hour difference at least. And then we jumped from Philippines to Japan the first one. But then the second one was so difficult because of the fact that there was no tourist visas. So when his dad couldn't make it and we applied for his business visa, it was already submitted, and he said at the last minute that he couldn't make it. There really wasn't any choice. Like, we were like, shoot, now we're gonna have to find someone in Japan.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't process anything that fast. Like, they have to prepare something in Japan from the promoter, and then they have to go over and bring it and send it to the embassy. You have to walk and get an appointment, then you have to come back and get the business visa. And then when you get there, there's like 3 or 4 hours of like this whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
It was crazy. It was
Like, we had
crazy.
to
There was a
spit in this
huge
thing.
line.
Yeah, we had to spit in this. You're so.
You're spitting.
I'm
okay.
spitting.
Okay. How do you do it?
I'm spitting in a vial. Oh my god, I'm spitting in a vial.
Show everybody.
But the thing is that it's not like there's like a picture of like a lemon, and you have to
My
like
mouth
fill
is
it
already
all.
watering
Your
thinking
because
about
of
that.
lemon.
Yeah.
They should give us smelling salts of like lemon. I
Oh
think
man,
that
my
would
mouth
help.
is watering
I
right
felt
now.
so bad for people who had like 2-year-olds and
Oh,
3-year-olds. Like they were
yeah.
standing there forever trying to fill it up to the line for their kids. And then you had to wait in this holding area for your number to be called to say they processed your COVID test because that the saliva was the COVID test. And then you had to be in quarantine
It
for
was
like
crazy.
4 days, 3 days, and they would call you. They would call you, and you have to put your location on, and you have to put your video on.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And they'd call you and ping your location and make sure you're at your quarantine hotel, and that it's you. And then you have to take another COVID test to be released from quarantine. It was like madness. That's why we actually had to set up a treadmill because we couldn't leave the hotel.
Yep, you did. Lil Penny, you're from New Zealand, right?
Yes.
There you go. See, I remember. I'm not that punch drunk, you know. So.
And you need to
Sorry.
And you need to. I know you have a lot of respect for Inoue, but he was lucky that he got you at your advanced age, because if he fought you when you fought Fernando Montiel at 118 at that age, I think he would have got knocked down.
It's a different mentality. That's the thing is I had talked with my guys, and the difference between my mentality, my body's still good, it's still capable of beating all these guys. The difference in mentality was I was always in the level of confidence. When I was younger, I was in the level of cautiousness and awareness. I was always on the lookout. I was always on the lookout to get punched and to get back. That was the big difference between that time and this time. And now I'm going back to training and focusing more on the awareness and cautiousness rather than being in a level of confidence. I'm always going to be confident.
No, but I think he's saying like because you were cautious with Montiel.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so if you put like remember we were talking about fantasy fights, right?
Right. No,
so
I 100%.
You Montiel 118 versus Inoue now. Like if you put those two matchups right now, what would that fantasy fight
Well,
look like?
if you look at the first fight, right? I was able to land all those punches. So being cautious in those times because I was always setting up people. All the fighters in front of me, I always set them up. I always led them to a place where I can counter them. I'm always my face is out there, and I was so much faster. But now I learned a lot of the timing. But I think the difference was because I was always cautious going into the fight.
Because Nonito, when you KO'd Montiel, you actually took a punch. I remember you took a punch and then
to get there. Yeah, but that's the thing too. That's why I told them before the fight. I predicted the knocking out Montiel in the second round only because in the first round I said I'm gonna figure his distance, his speed, and from that point on, I can tell. That's why if you look at the fight, the way I was putting my face in there because I knew he was gonna. It was just
You're
setting up.
baiting him.
Yeah, I was setting up a trap, and I got caught with it. But I already knew exactly where it was coming from, and the speed and velocity of those punches coming at me I was able to really know where his head was by the early rounds. So that's the thing was.
And Nonito Fernando Montiel is no slouch either. He's a
No.
Hall of Famer himself.
Yeah, no. So for Montiel, that was the only fight to date to that I could think about in all of my fights that I was very nervous. I came into that fight very nervous, but I was very but at the same time I was very confident.
We were too, dude.
The morning of like he was shadow boxing with me, not shadow boxing, but he was like stand here. I'm like, why do I always have to be like the dummy? And then he was like, okay, so throw a Montiel throw, and I threw it, and he was like, and he was practicing it. He's like, all right, second round. I was like, second round what? He's like, second round, I'm gonna knock him out. And so there were people that on our team that took him up on that bet. He's like, all right, well, second round's 20-1. Like we had guys that won like big money, 60 grand on that fight.
Yeah.
Because the odds were so crazy for a second round knockout. And I would think you were the underdog for Montiel.
I was 3-1 underdog.
And our family was very nervous for you because I remember. I remember I was going I kept going to the toilet for some reason to pee.
You were nervous, man.
I was so nervous for you, man. And then when you knocked them out, I jumped up so high. I think our roof had a hole on it was like when Manny knocked out Hatton. It was like that. Like
Right,
Hatton.
right. Yeah, yeah.
and
That was
everyone, like the Filipino women that they yell like as if it's a horror movie whenever you get hit, and it's like you know what I mean. It's like it makes everyone scream as well, and it was so loud. Even I remember even the cops had to come to our house because there were too many cars on the street that like they're parked on the other side, so no one can come in. So they had to
wow.
they had
You
to
guys are the
come in and
troublemakers out there in New Zealand, huh?
That's
Troublemakers.
yeah. They're like, we're peaceful here in New Zealand.
Yeah.
We have people throwing parties. Hey, upper
Upper
echelon.
echelon, what's up, man?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Very good. Very good. Happy New Year to everybody. So,
Uh, uh,
Happy New Year's.
well, really, the New Year's in March, but we'll say it here. Happy New Year's.
Yeah.
If we follow the real guidelines when the season starts, but they done changed so much stuff now, so
Yeah.
But
I
I
Yeah.
think
know
the
he,
seasons are changing right now.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
it's the
weird.
rotation of the world, man. The rotation and the where we're at. Everything changes, man. That's why in time we get drought, and then next thing you know, the desert becomes like the forest. So there's things like that throughout, but it's transitioning that way.
yeah, I agree with Little Penny earlier about like your earlier down there smokes in a way. Like hell, I thought you was gonna smoke him this last time.
Yeah,
But
yeah. No, if we had followed, yeah,
I said Nonito didn't see that shot come.
Hmm.
I said Nonito was thinking. I mean, I said Nonito done fought him one time. He done felt the man's power. I said so he knows he done gauged that man's power and he already knows where it's at. So now Nonito gonna try to walk through and catch him with something that he don't know.
But
And
Nonito, didn't you break his jaw and he still kept going?
oh, well,
That shows a
I
lot of.
broke his orbital
Orbital
bone,
bone.
yeah, near his eyes.
yeah, that
Is that the
or
same injury when you fought Darchinyan the second time? Like I thought that he broke like he had a like he broke what do you call when you have like
a
I remember when
fracture.
you
You
injured in
talking
that
about a
fight
fracture?
like
You fractured?
You talking about a hairline fracture?
yeah hairline fracture yeah in the second fight the second Darchinyan fight.
Oh, second.
Yeah, probably. Probably, I just go through the pain usually. I just don't really care too much about it.
No,
But
but
all
did Darcinian the second one? Did he have a hairline fracture?
maybe he did. I'm not really sure, but
A lot of the boxers don't like to tell that because if they're still fighting, like then
yeah,
it becomes like one of those things that people start
You
to
aim
target.
for. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You
You
yeah,
can't
never
show
want to
no
tell anyone that.
you can't show no weakness because then that's what they're gonna go for.
yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. I don't think Matabula like that was the guy that you
Yeah,
broke
so
his jaw.
Machibula, the guy who was 6 feet tall, I broke his jaw in that fight. And he was they were telling me that they had that thing shut his mouth and all of that
Yeah, they
stuff.
wired it shut.
Yeah,
Wire
they
this
wired
shit.
it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he was just it was liquid diet for him.
Eat for two. Yep.
Hey,
Yeah. I
dude,
used,
Nonito, that the in Nishioka card was really good too because I remember
Mm.
Alvarado versus Rios was in on your undercard, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was crazy. And that was for the
Yeah.
undisputed, wasn't it? Undisputed 122
No, that was
or lineal.
unification. That was like the third belt.
Oh, okay, man, that was a classic, man.
Why is it
Like,
for the third belt?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
but
it
you
was
dropped a
I
belt.
dropped I dropped a belt because the negotiation didn't go too well.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you dropped it after weigh-ins.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
dropped the
dropped
belt
it
after
after
the
the weigh-ins.
weigh-ins.
Yeah.
So
hey, I think anyway gets not. I mean, I think he gets smoked when he move up because I think he's supposed to be fighting Fulton and the holes in his defense.
No, he has a lot of holes in his defense. And the
I
thing
know
too,
that's why I
yeah.
said a person of your caliber. I said the second fight. I said Nonito gonna get him. Well, before you could even get a good sweat going, I
Yeah.
said, "Damn!" I said Nonito didn't
but
even
he
get
don't
a
want to
sweat
fight
going.
Fulton first up though.
no, he
I
Unfortunately.
wants to go
said,
for Fulton.
Yeah.
I
Straight
said, damn,
up.
Nonito didn't even get a sweat going.
Yeah, man. That was
Mhm.
unfortunate thing. But things happen for a reason. And it brought me to realize how I was so good back in the days was I was very cautious. I was very aware of my surrounding. For me, it was just like I was just taking everything in shortcuts. You
Yeah,
know,
we
so
the
now,
same age. We the
yeah,
same age. I'm 40 as well, and you know the
We
way I
all,
fought.
yep, we all the same age. Yeah.
Yeah. It is the
I'm,
40
I'm
pounds.
over 42.
there
Are
you
you?
go. You're the same age.
Yeah, no, he's the oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
see,
an
Yeah.
when I
elderman now.
fought, I was a welterweight when I fought though, but I shot up 7 inches from the last time I fought now, so I would never be. I'd be in the heavyweight now because I'm 6'3" and over 2. So yeah, I can't
Dang.
mess with them.
Hey,
But I grew up my
Nonito,
career with my right hand. I got in a street fight and ended up I did a 1 through 3 counter and when I hit the guy with the left, I hit him with a left hook and I came with a straight right, followed behind that, but he was already coming down. And I had already twisted my hip and I was into the shot already and I crushed my hand on the top of his forehead.
Oh man, they used to happen to me a
In
lot.
the top of the forehead, that's really hard,
Yeah,
right? So that's
I
why you
Yeah,
broke
break your
I
hand.
broke
I,
a lot of my hands on
I
that,
broke
man.
my hand in 48 places.
Woo.
There's 48 bones in a hand.
No,
There's more than 48.
I broke my hand in 48 places. I got a metal plate in my hand now.
Wow.
I used to hit
Ugh.
with 940 pounds of pressure at the age of 16.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, my trainer was the same when they trained Oliver McCall. I used to
Oh
be training
wow,
with him.
wow! Oliver McCall was the man. If he had mental strength, mental health, he would have been one of the
It
best,
was that
man.
crack cocaine, man. That crack
Yeah,
cocaine.
remember when he had that mental breakdown in the ring with Lennox Lewis? I
Lennox
remember
Lewis,
watching
he
it.
was crying and
Yeah.
walking around and all this stuff after he knocked him before that he knocked Lennox Lewis
He,
out.
yeah,
yeah, he
Yeah, when
had
his
knocked him
mom
out the fight
died.
before
he
that.
did.
Yeah.
But you know the bounty hunters had to come to our neighborhood to come get that damn belt. Because the world championship belt, he had pawned it to a drug dealer, you know, for some stuff.
My God. See,
And
that's
they
man.
sent they sent the boys to come get that damn belt back because he had that belt. But yeah, he used to
I
get on that stuff
remember
bad.
I remember watching that fight. Me and my dad was watching that fight, right? And I remember my dad, he like, look at him, man. He high. He was like, he high on crack. I said, man, how you know? He was like, look how he acting. He high on crack. He high right now. I remember my dad just kept saying that because we was trying to figure out what the hell he was
Yeah, he could
doing,
have been one of
you
the
know?
greatest. He could have
He
been one of
would
the
have
greatest.
Because
been. He would have
because
been, you
Oliver,
know.
you know, he put it on Mike Tyson too in sparring. He was
Man.
the one that dropped Tyson in sparring.
I used to watch him
Ah,
spar, and I used to watch him spar and work all the time when I was coming up. Because we was in the gym, and man, that man moved beautifully. Like the way I used to see him put together combinations, the way he used to switch stances as well. That's why I used to switch stances. Like he used to go flow from southpaw to orthodox and everything. Like, and he was so light on his feet as a big
Yeah.
man.
That's crazy because he was very talented, and the thing too was he was very tough. I mean, even though he had that mental breakdown, Lewis could knock him out.
Oh
You know
no,
what I'm saying?
hey, and Nonito, a prime Lennox Lewis and Tyson Fury now, who wins?
Tyson Fury getting destroyed.
Lewis had that amazing jab, and that amazing straight too. And he was one of those fundamental boxers, man. He was just great with boxing. Um, Tyson Fury, he's good at moving upper body, but he's very slow on the feet. So you can still catch him. When you catch him, he has a pattern, right? When he's moving his head, he has a pattern. He loves to do this because he'll throw that jab. But when you get a guy who mastered the jab, you know, and that to set up the straight, I mean, those guys are very, very difficult to
And
win
move
To
against.
with it.
me,
Move with it, right?
Yeah,
a disciplined Reddick Bowe. Reddick Bowe, his problem was he just wasn't
Ate too
disciplined, you know. But
right,
Reddick
right.
Bowe was a
Oh,
beast. To me, he was the one that was better than all
Bo
of them.
was amazing, man.
Yeah,
Bo was
inside.
man.
Inside
That
Lennox
Bowe.
guy.
Lewis broke him though.
Like what you go back and look at Reddick Bowe when he was up and coming, right? And then you go back and look at him in the first Holyfield fight. Like nobody was beating that Reddick Bowe at that point in time.
Except for
Nah,
No.
he was
Lewis.
already
Except for
broke before
Lennox.
then though. He was
Well,
broke
Lennox,
before
they
then.
never fought because of what
They
happened
never
they
fought
fought in the
then.
amateurs.
Yeah, they
They
said
fought in the
I heard the story how he broke him
Lennox
in
knocked
the
him out.
Olympics. They said he walked in there. They said Lennox Lewis walked in the Olympics when it was the Olympics. They said because Lennox Lewis, they said he wanted to fight the best, and if you called his name, he coming. And they said they was right there at the Olympic Games. I forgot which boxer was telling the story because he was in there, and they said he walked in the They said he walked in the dressing room with the USA boxers, and he was like, "Which one of y'all is the heavyweight?" And they pointed over there, and they was like, "Big man over there," and they pointed to Riddick, and they said Lennox said, "I'm gonna knock you the f out," and walked out. And then they said Riddick was looking, and they said Riddick was looking crazy the whole time, and the rest is history. It was another boxer that was in that Olympic class that told that story. I'm trying to remember who it was because they told that story on a show one time.
Well,
I got
look,
a
look,
question for no. Go
Wait,
ahead, Rachel. My
BBM
bad.
boxing really quick. Like, let me just give a shout out to BM29. I know it's your birthday. Say it in beside.
Oh, I don't even know. Just
You don't know
happy
how to say
birthday. No, happy birthday. I
You
don't
just
know,
said
man.
it with an accent.
I know. You got to
You
say it with an
suck.
accent. I don't know. Happy birthday. Maayong.
Birthday?
I have no idea.
no, I don't think
forget.
there's a Tagalog word for happy birthday. I
That's
think
what I'm
it's
saying,
just
right?
I
It's
didn't
happy
say Tagalog.
birthday. Maligayang kaarawan.
There you go. Okay, BM29, what he said.
Yeah.
Con Shawnery said McCall KO'd Lewis and then he fell apart.
Yeah, he did.
Man, that's it's so crazy, man. Back the 90s, the early 80s and 80s, late 80s and 90s were just the heavyweights were just phenomenal.
Yeah, they
Uh,
test. They got they. I'm gonna tell you who's a throwback of that dude. That boy Jared Anderson, man. That boy Jared
He
Anderson.
fights.
Yeah, they say he gave Tyson Fury the business in the training camp, and I remember it. I remember it because they said Tyson Fury tried to hurry up and get back to England for a little bit. They remember they got caught up talking about it. They had COVID because he had Parker, F.A. Ajaba, and they had Jared Anderson in that training camp. And they said Anderson was working Fury, and they said his dad was hollering and everything. And they said that's when Tyson Fury went back to England a little bit. I guess he needed to get pepped up a little bit. They said he had to get pepped up a little bit.
Well,
And that's what
that's the thing is when you wait on Tyson Fury, instead of just smothering him and going out there, even for me, you throw 20 punches in front of me, I'm gonna miss a lot of those punches, but I'm gonna get hit with some of them too. You know what I'm saying? So when you do that with them, especially the heavyweight, and you push them and you stiff arm them, you control them like the way Lewis did it, or even the Klitschko did it back in the days. That's those are very difficult to fight because if you're fast in the upper body, it's all you gotta just post them up. That's all you gotta do is post them up. That's all you gotta do, and they it stops them.
See, that's how I was so I was that's how I was so effective, Nonito. I was 16 as an amateur. But that's how I was so effective. I had a long reach, and I used to blind him with the jab before I throw that straight. And see, it depends on which stance I was in, whether I was leading with the right or the left. It
Yeah.
depends on who I'm fighting. And, I used to blind him with the jab and keep pumping that jab out there, and then follow with something vicious.
You know who got the best jab in boxing?
Errol
Like
Spence.
well, I mean, not now, but even like just overall, talk about the heavyweights. Larry Holmes had one of
Larry
the best.
Holmes.
Larry
yeah.
Holmes. Larry Holmes got one of those most beautiful jabs. You just use them so well. I mean,
And the guy that
get
Ali fought, Nonito,
yeah.
in the 60s, what was his name again? He died from a like overdose. What was his name?
Sonny
Sonny
Liston.
Liston. Sonny Liston. He had a
Yeah.
good jab too.
Yeah.
Nonito, man, I got a question for you, man.
Yes, sir.
Cause they got Anui, right? They got him pound for pound number one. My thing is like, besides you, and he ain't really fought nobody. I
Right.
want to know, is he really, because you've been in the ring with some great fighters.
Yeah.
Is he really like that? Like, who's the best fighter that you say that you shared the ring with
Well, the
from
best fighter I would
experience?
say, from my experience, I mean, I would say Inoue because he had power, he has speed, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're looking at the pound for pound stuff, you wanna you want they're just comparing it of how how he took care of all the people in this year. But
Right.
if you really look at it, I mean, the only name that he really has is me. I mean, you got Rodriguez, Nair Malone, and all that stuff. But
He got the
in
old
terms,
boy too, though. Old boy was pretty good too. The one that beat Antonio Russell.
Yeah.
Oh
Rodriguez.
yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rodriguez is solid. He is solid.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely good.
So you would say that no, you would say that Inui is the best fighter that you've ever shared the ring with.
In terms of the overall thing, I mean, there's
Yeah.
levels, right? So Inui, because he's similar to me, and then Rigondeaux, he's just slick, you know.
Mhm.
But I think those two are the ones that I would say was difficult to fight for me, you know.
Mhm.
Inoue is because he's tough too, and he got power and he got good speed. So, but I think I can beat him, you know. If that's just the mentality that I have, you know. Oh, I just want to say what's up to Get Smoke over here. Thanks for coming up, bro.
I think you can beat him too, man. I really do. I really do. I remember I was up at like 3, 4 in the morning waiting for that fight to come on.
6 o'clock.
I
Well,
really,
I was
we're just
watching.
trying to line ourselves up now. You know, we just want to line ourselves up into, you know, first get the fifth division, go back up into the bantamweight or whatever comes
uh-huh.
first, and then try to take over the weight, take all the belts, you know, and then maybe one last hurrah, get another one with them.
Nonito, what about a Hall of Famer versus a Hall of Famer? You against Chocolatito at 115. That would be a monster fight.
That would be a great
He
fight.
destroyed.
That's an entertaining fight. You know, that's an
He destroyed
entertaining fight.
Chocolatito.
Yeah,
Destroyed
yeah.
him.
I
Spur
think
on the
I
side
think
broke him.
Chalk is a good fighter, you know. I won't say too much about it, but I from my personal thing, I'm just he has problems with guys who doesn't stay in front of him, you know. And for me, I do have that power. I mean, looking at the fight with Chalk and Gallo, after the fight, I was there and they didn't have any mark on their face, barely had any mark on their face. If I'm there, you're gonna get cut, you know, you're gonna get bruised up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they're just going for volume, no disrespect to them, but if I'm fighting somebody in the 12th round, my face is messed up, their face is even jacked up, you know. So just saying.
Upper echelon, you got a lot of feedback in the background. Yeah. I thought there was. I thought that you were getting set up for another title shot
Well, once
coming up soon.
yeah, um once Inoue vacates the belt, then me and Maloney's gonna fight for the WBC, or me and Takuma, his brother, is gonna fight for the WBA, you know, and those are two open ones for me. And then at the same time, I do have an option at Gallo Estrada if they want to fight. We're talking with them right now, you know, and
Mhm.
as well as Fernando Martinez. But the problem with that is he has a mandatory for his IBF belt.
If you fought Maloney, would it be in Australia or would it be in the States?
I mean, I don't mind going into it, but my manager here, well, she's not here, but if she's here, she'd be like, hell no, you know, she'd be like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's time to be
That
home, you
Estrada.
know,
Right,
you
right,
know,
right.
Fight.
so
That
Plus, I
Estrada dude.
mean, you the A side. You are the A side, so I mean, you should be able to, fight in the States.
I would like to see him in Estrada though. Really.
that'd be a good fight, man. I love this Strata fight. You know, that's why I came up there to call him out or to congratulate him and then call him out. You know, I talked with Beltran, his promoter, and they were very excited about it. So, but I don't know if they want that smoke because um Estrada doesn't really say he didn't really say anything in terms of I want to fight. You know, like what's his name, Maidana's guy Martinez. He's like he's calling me out, but Gaio is not really calling me out or anything like that. So
Well,
you know,
Jesse Rodriguez, he making a name down there too. Little Bam Rodriguez.
yeah, you know, with the thing about it though is I'm the kind of guy that I'm just touching the weight.
Oh
So
no, he ain't your level though. Nah, he too young for you to go ahead and go
no,
out.
it's not even that though. It's just more me and because those guys are my family, you know, like Robert's guys are like family to me.
Oh
That's why I
yeah,
never yeah, that's why I
no
never
doubt.
fought yeah, that's why I never fought anybody Robert's stable because it was just respect. But we do talk about it. If we do happen to get those fight, it has to be a big money fight for everybody.
No, I know he wants the Estrada fight. That's what I was saying. But do you think that a prime Vic Darcinian knocks out in a way? I mean, just honestly, because look at the holes that you see with Inouye, right? And you see the way he's affected. Like I see the way you effectively was landing them power shots on him, right? If he
Yeah,
got in
he
there
might
with a,
get trouble with Darchinyan. You know, the thing is Darchinyan got no chin, so if he gets hit with those straight coming down, he might go down and sleep. But
And you need to before
be
you fought
awkward.
Victor Chinyan was in the pound per pound list. I
yeah,
remember.
Vic,
Yeah, he
yeah,
was. You know, he was 28 and 0 at that time,
he had a
the
chin
first
except
time.
against you. He had a chin against a lot of people except for when he fought you.
Yeah, because I timed him well, and I don't think Inoue can time him that way. But Inoue is very strong. You know,
That's why I
he is
said
very heavy-handed.
he was
Um,
strong too, though. So you think he'll beat a
yeah,
prime Darchinian? I don't think he'll
I
beat a
think it
prime
might be a
Darchinian.
very tough fight for him because Darchin is right in front of you. You know, and he's very awkward. So that might be a tough one for him. And Darchin is always going to be a tough guy in front of everybody because he's just awkward, but he does have that power.
He never gave you
I'm a hop
respect,
off. I'm a
Nonito.
hop off. I appreciate y'all, man. Great show. I'm about to go lay it down,
Thank you,
but
brother. I
great
appreciate you
show.
coming out
I'm
here,
Good
gonna be
night,
brother.
bro.
Thank
tuning
you.
in. I will be tuning in. And salute to
Yes,
the
sir.
panel. Salute to everybody in the chat.
Good night,
Thank
bro,
you.
And
man.
Nonito with
Take it
Blessings, bro.
easy.
Nonito with
Hey, Keith.
Nonito. Sorry, just one last thing. Nonito with Victor Chinyan. I do respect Victor Chinyan, but I thought he never gave you his respect, like especially after the fight,
No,
the first
he
fight and the
did he
second
did
fight.
he didn't. That's just Darchinyan. He just I was the guy that took everything away from him. Took away his zero. I took away his belt. I took away his dignity. And that's why I'm his worst. I'm his arch enemy. Like he doesn't like me because I took everything away from him.
Oh
Darchinyan.
well. He's I play with him every now and again in Champ Ross's Prediction League Fantasy. You
Yeah.
can join anytime you want. That'd be funny.
Okay.
Oh shoot! Hi,
Watch
Smoke.
me. Watch me. How so? You gotta teach me how to do all this stuff, Smoke.
Yeah, it's just, and yeah, thanks for the warm welcome. Like one of the King's gyms dude like called me right when you said welcome to the panel. Like my phone just went out. But anyway, yeah, it's just you pick the winner and then you get extra points if you can pick the method of victory also.
Wow. So this is like fantasy boxing.
Yeah, just it's not fantasy boxing, it's the actual cards that come on every week. But it's cards from all over the world. So they
Oh.
do there's you'll have some Russian cards, the main event cards, totally, but it'll be more than just like it's more than just the main event and the co-main. It'll be like the entire card.
So how do you play this game? Like
Right.
you
So
just
you get
you
the
guess
so
you guess somebody, and if you win,
right. So every week, there's probably between I would say 10 and 20 fights, right? And
okay.
then you pick the winner and method of victory. If you get the method of victory, you get extra points, right? So then it's a 12-week season. At the end of it, you get well, they pay you firstly if you win, if you get first place. But then it's you get an extra prize if you get the knockout, like whoever predicts the most knockouts, right, per round, right. To get the knockout, you have to get the round right also, and then also
Oh,
how many split decisions or MDs. That's another category by itself.
well, that sounds like a fun game. you know.
Yeah, yeah. What it does is because everybody talks about like the main events or like the big fights, but they
Yeah.
don't really
Yeah.
talk about like the entire card. And it's easy to kind of pick winners and losers a lot of the time because like this weekend, for example, there's no real like intrigue in these fights except for maybe the Andrade fight, right?
Whoa, no. You're highly mistaken. You got the
Okay.
boots fight.
Watch out, Smoke.
You got the
It's
boots.
War
No,
Wednesday.
I said
Uh,
intrigue. I said intrigue. Not I didn't say interest.
yeah, it's intrigue because we got a future fight setting up. You got Jerron Ennis and
No.
Rashidi Ellis. You got
Hold up a second.
Jerron.
I think I think you're using a very liberal, I guess, interpretation of what I mean by intrigue.
No, it is intrigue because
Like
we
that
want
the
to see.
guy that Boots Ennis is fighting doesn't have a shot in hell about winning that
Oh
fight.
no, he doesn't have a shot in hell. But
That's what I mean. There's no
I'm
intrigue in that
intrigued
fight.
to see.
That's what
I'm
I mean by that.
intrigued to see. I'm intrigued to see which one puts on a better show, and I'm intrigued to see which way he finishes him and what happens between Boots and Rashidi Ellis after it's over with. And the
Let me ask
Okay.
you
Right.
guys a question. Do you feel like let's just play? Of course, this is not happening, but if Tank was pulled from the card, do you feel like Boots was ready for a main event?
Yes.
Yeah,
think so.
because he still had three. He still had two backups on there. He still had Demetrius Andrade. He
Mhm.
still had Rashidi Ellis on there, which are both great fights. And I guess they could have pulled that Lamont Peterson off the undercard and put it on there, or the Anthony Peterson to put it on there because they got Anthony Peterson and Lamont Peterson both on the undercard.
Okay, I don't know if you saw. Okay, man, Lamont Peterson. I was never a huge fan, but I liked him well enough that after I saw the Errol Spence fight and
Oh, that was it.
then the Lipinets fight, like for me, like the idea to answer the question the way you did, nah, man, I'm sorry, but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying as a filler. But you got to
Yeah.
realize once you fight Earl Spence, that takes away from your boxing life right there. Look at Mikey Garcia after he fought Earl Spence, and look at Danny
I
Garcia.
mean, really, I could have said Lucas Matisse, but I thought like maybe he had something a little bit left after that. But I know he didn't have anything left after the Spence fight, and the
Man,
Nah,
Lipinets fight was just sad.
Spence does that. Spence that does that to everybody, really, just about. Except for Ocampo. Anybody usually that fight Spence, their career is usually over with pretty soon after that because, like Mikey Garcia said, he's so overwhelming physically and mentally. And as a boxer, in your mind, like I know when I used to box, I mean, in your mind, you got to realize that you the best because they telling you the best. You can't be beat. You can't be defeated. And once a fighter loses that right there, you know that's a chink in your armor. And when you're in the ring and you throwing everything that you got, and you giving everything that you got, you can't get this guy up off of you. You can't hurt this guy. You can't do nothing. That makes you feel like less of a man, and you get frustrated and you get depressed. Like you sitting there trying to, it's like drowning. It's like drowning, and there's nothing you can do about it. No way to save yourself. Like that's the worst feeling in the world for a man. I'm Nonito, I know you know what I'm talking about right there. You
The
right
upper
there.
echelon, Timmy has some smoke for you. He said, "Man, how about the FSU bowl game? Elbow cough."
Oh man.
War Wednesday. War Wednesday.
You guys are really nice for War Wednesday.
Yeah, man.
I
No,
love
Y'all,
but
that.
y'all too nice, man.
but yeah, I think it's a pretty easy card to predict the winner of. But like trying to get
Yeah.
the right round and like if it's going to be a split decision or majority decision, I think it's going to be a whole bunch of UDs really, but and some knockouts too. But I don't know. I think everyone knows who's going to win those fights.
Do you guys do like so? If you're betting decision, do you guys have to guess the scorecards?
Yeah, well, you're just putting your card in. There's no like you don't have to pay for it, right? So it's just like
Okay.
you're just putting your card in. There's another guy like De La Val is in there, like the first guy to drop Roy Jones. There's a couple of people in there. It's like kind of fun to play against. But yeah, it'd be funny. Like,
So for those
you
old
and
fighters, how does it work? Like the older fighters, is it like a?
No, it's just people in there. Like everybody just put in their predictions in every week.
Oh, okay. So
He's just saying he's part of the group.
Yeah, he's part of the group.
oh, he's part of the group.
What
Oh,
are you talking about?
I
Like
was
he was
that-
gonna
Hey,
jump in and fight?
I
Yeah,
don't know how
no.
I ain't know how he know FSU is my team, you know, but I guess because they might have seen that video I did about prime time. But you know, I've been a Seminole, you know, Bobby Bowden and all that, boy. I love that.
I don't
That's,
know. He's stalking you.
Is it?
I mean, hey, we beat Oklahoma. We beat Oklahoma. We beat Oklahoma. I loved it.
I don't know anything about that. Every time everyone talks about anything besides boxing, I'm lost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What?
but
Hey, this girl. Listen, when we was watching football on on
We're
TV,
really
she
gonna
was
tell the
like,
story.
"Yeah, I'm gonna tell this story." He goes, "Oh, what is that yellow line on there?" You know, it's like, "Oh, the yellow line move." You know?
No, I said we were watching it on TV. I was like, and you said that
Oh,
you
we
had to
watched
pass
it
the
on
yellow
live.
line.
Yeah. It's
And
like,
then we went to the
to the
Raiders
game.
game.
Yeah, he's like,
And I said,
"Where's the
yellow
line?"
And you were like, what? And I was like, where's the yellow? This is when they were still in Oakland. And he was like, what
I
are you
remember.
talking about? I'm
the
like,
first
the yellow
down
line.
marker.
Yeah, the first
Yeah,
down.
and I
Just
was
like,
like, he was
she's
like,
like looking around, just like,
shut
"Where's the
up.
yellow line?" I'm like, "What yellow
I was like,
line?"
on the TV,
The one on
you know,
TV.
there's the
That's the
yellow
first
line.
down.
My
That's when
girl
they
did the
first.
same thing. My girl did the same thing. She was like, "Why the yellow line's not marking it?" I was like,
Yeah. They need to put a laser or something for people like me where I can't see it. I'm like, where is it? And he's
Hey,
like, yeah, that's
Man,
Maryland.
the
What do you think?
Raiders
They painted
Stadium
it?
was the Raiders Stadium is pretty sad. But it was a scene of misspent use. A's games, Raiders games.
you
Yeah,
talking about the new Raider
loved it,
Stadium
loved
or
it.
the old one?
The
The
Old
old
Oakland
one
one.
is
in Oakland.
the A's is right there next to the Raiders. It's they're
It's
both
the
old.
same. It's the same thing, and
Did
you
we
can
go to
see,
an A's
and
game?
you can see the Ace field.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
But we
Like
went to an
Oh,
A's
I
game,
thought you might have
right?
been talking
yeah,
about the Las Vegas Stadium they got
The
now.
nah,
Las
nah.
Vegas
The Las
Stadium
Yeah,
Vegas
was
is
no.
nice.
hot.
They got a party like
A
a
club
club on
at
the
the end
back at
zone.
the end
Damn.
zone. Yeah, so I've been there. One of my boys' birthday. It's pretty cool. Everybody getting drunk
Yeah,
and
because
stuff
Hey,
like
like that.
Access nightclub pretty much like bought that whole end zone section
Yeah,
and they
but
turned it into a club.
yeah, but see, like I was saying a minute ago before the Florida State comment, you never had that problem right there, Nonito. But I've seen that happen to a lot of fighters right there when they in there and they giving their best, and when you giving your best and a person just walks right through it, and there's nothing you can do, that'll break a fighter right there.
it does. I used to hate people like that, like people who blocks and just keeps coming in and you just doing all you just punching them and they're just staying right in front of you and stuff like that.
Narvaez.
No, the guy that's in my head was Juarez. Juarez, like I dropped him like 3 times, but at the end he would just keep pressing. He just kept pressing, and he was just like immune to my punches, man. It was crazy.
No, I'm talking about like with Mikey Garcia, Lamont Peterson, and like Danny Garcia, like what they had to go through with Earl Spence. Like he's a machine, and no matter what they was doing, they couldn't get him up off of him. They couldn't get away from it, and if you try to hit back, he's still hitting you. Like with Earl, you got to punch when he punched, but when you punch when he punched, like that's why I had did a video called "The 47 Palms of Derek James," right? Because Derek James, he's a brilliant coach. He done broke it down to a science. And what they do, they don't waste movement. And each one of their shots count. And they go through 10,000 hours of repetition. It takes years to do that, but they always go in repetition. Like every one of Earl Spence fights, he goes in that same motion, that same combo where he works the same way he works the bag, the same way he works in sparring, the same way he works the pads, and it's constant. He throws that right, then the left up, then the right up, the left low, the right low, and it's just a whole combination. And when they throwing it, they're rolling, they're blocking, they parrying, they're rolling, and they're still throwing, and it's like all in one motion. And he's always controlling the distance. He's keeping his foot on the outside, and when you get hit with those shots, like you don't know whether to try to throw back, try to cover up, and then he's just steady coming, and it's just undaunted pressure. Like that's why Danny Garcia was depressed. Like
Yeah,
he broke Danny Garcia's will. That's why Mikey Garcia was done. He broke his will. Lamont Peterson was broken. Like Earl really breaking people out there. Like when you go up against something like that, that's why Terrence Crawford didn't want to sign that contract. He's seen that. Like he's not stupid. He's seen that man. He's seen Ugas take a shot at that man while he was unguarded. He's seen
yeah.
Danny Garcia. You see Danny Garcia, they say was one of the hardest welterweight punchers. He got a clean hook off on Earl Spence after the bell rung. He just wiped his chin. Like that boy is built different. The man got in a wreck, destroyed the car, and only lost a few teeth. Like that man's built different.
Hey man, man, it's yeah, no. Er- I mean,
He
man,
has
that's
like 9 lives. He's like a cat.
no, he's a cat. He's a cat.
He's like not. I mean,
Yeah,
he
I
just
think
got
he already.
out of
I think he already took out like four lives already, though.
Yeah, so we start counting.
Yeah, now he got 5 more lives to go.
Oh,
Man.
upper echelon. Timmy said, "I'm from Fanon's channel. We talked about Dion and our championship is upper channel, the same as his name. I followed after Rachel Nuno appeared on Fanon too.
Yeah,
I'm just
yes, me, yes, me too.
okay. So that's how he knows. He's not stalking you. He's
No,
not.
I know that. That's what I said. I said he must remember me talking about. That's what I said about the prime time because that's when I brought up this stuff. Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
Yeah.
saying. It was when I talked about prime time, and that's what I was talking about. Yep, I knew it.
No, but that's tough. You get somebody who just like, for instance, right? And another thing, and it's not too, it's the Zordo and Bebo fight. no matter what Zordo did, Bebo was just right there, and it
I
breaks him
knew.
down.
I predicted if you go back and look at Champ Side and all these other channels, I told everybody Bivol was going to watch Zero Ramirez though,
Yeah,
because the way they moved Zero Ramirez, he was 44-0, but only two fights meant something. Everybody else was trash cans. And like, first off, Bivol, if people watch Bivol, go back and watch his Joe Smith fight. Bivol is a lot more craftier than people give him credit for. And
yeah,
he's actually strong. And see, he doesn't throw his punches all the same speed. You know, a lot of people be going in there trying to throw just either hard punches. They don't know how to change levels, change speed, change trajectories of their shots. Bivol is very smart and he controls distance and he got a jab. That's why he so easily beat Canelo. And see, Canelo was trying to duck fighters like that, but you know, it was a cherry pick going bad. But Zerdo Ramirez, I knew he wasn't gonna get past Bivol's jab. Plus, I knew he was too slow. Like he was front foot heavy. He's front foot dominant. He's heavy, and he doesn't have a good jab. He always tries to depend on the power. I remember when he
yeah.
fought Jesse Hart, and I said, and I told everybody, I gave everybody the pick. I had it on my parlay sheet. Like I gambled on it. I said, Bivol's about to dust this man, and sure enough, he dusted him. Just like I said, better Viev and Bivol, that's gonna be a better fight than people think.
Oh yeah,
Because the same way that Usyk did better Viev in the amateurs, that's the same way Bivol's gonna do. But better Viev is also a better fighter than people give him credit for. I
yeah,
seen him in a Joe Smith fight. He was going off the back foot and everything. He started to develop. And see, people don't realize the only way you can become a great fighter is if you fight great fighters, because you have to be pushed to your limit. You don't. You could be a good fighter all you won't, have all the natural gifts in the world, but if you don't push yourself to the limit, everybody has a ceiling. And when you get to you can push yourself to that ceiling, and some people can break through the ceiling. That's what makes you great. And if you
yeah,
got somebody that can push you through that ceiling, then you reset and you on a different tier, and now you can build back up even more until you reach that ceiling again. But you're not going to reach your ceiling if don't nobody push you. If you're an A-class fighter, you keep fighting C-class people, you're never going to get tested to the limit of your abilities. So your body is not going to be able to adjust and make it more stronger. Like when you work out and you max out, you tearing your muscles and everything, and you give you a chance of rest. And when you go back, you can do even more because your body has healed. You done maxed out and you done broke through your ceiling.
yeah.
So Timmy Chip says it because you were talking about, the ceilings and stuff. So he said, "Man, I want to see who brings down Fundora. If the hammer gave him some work, Jermel would murk him." What do you
Jamil will
guys
beat
think?
him. Jamil will beat him. Spence will beat him. Fundora fights too small to be as tall as he
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
He's too tall to fight that small. Like his outside fight, like Erickson Lubin was killing him from the outside. See, Fundora, he's an enigma. He has a good inside game, but he's too tall. He's giving up the height. Like if
yeah,
he could give up, he gives up his greatest weapon. Like he's giving up the greatest weapon right there. And if he gets in there with Charlo's a lot more durable than Erickson Lubin, and Charlo hits harder than Lubin. And Charlo is not gonna get gassed out like Lubin.
And
Because
he
before they
bigger.
stopped the fight, Lubin was winning the fight on the cars. Lubin was winning, but they stopped the fight.
I
but
just feel
How's
like
Lubin winning
with
on the cards? Lubin was getting his ass handed to him. He already
Now
got
go
dropped.
back and look at it. Go back and look at it. Lubin was winning on the cars. They even said it.
was he? I'll look it
Who's
up.
that? There's no way Lubin was winning that. Lubin might have been winning
Go
on
back
a judge's card, but Lubin was losing that fight
on
handily. He was
the
getting his.
on no on the what's we call it on the dude's card. He had Lubin up.
Oh, I mean,
Oh,
are you
the
talking about? Man, come
telecast
on, man.
card.
I'm talking about the. Okay, Lubin was getting his face rearranged on live television. He had
Yeah, I
already
mean
been
I
dropped.
understand
He
that he
might
got hit.
have won. Hold up, bro. Hold up. He might have won 2 rounds in that fight. Winning that fight is a ridiculous interpretation, I feel like, of what the hell we were just watching.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. Lubin was actually giving him in some of them good rounds, and Lubin won more rounds than Fundora. Actually, Fundora just took off on his face a few rounds as well. But Lubin was doing good as well, and he was beating Fundora as well. Go back and look at the fight. You looking at the end result.
And that's one of my favorite fights.
I
think
mean,
that
you
was
looking
my
at the
candidate
end
for fight of the
result.
year. I think that was my candidate for fight of the year. But
Okay, but you looking at the
it's
end
not because
result.
I thought Lubin was winning that fight. I'll tell you that.
They even got it on the fight that Lubin was winning. The unofficial scorecard had Lubin up. Go look.
I mean, bro. I mean, that's
This
cool.
one,
I don't
this was the
like.
boxing scene scorecard. This is what they gave it. The last 2 rounds to thing that really
83-86.
83-86 for Fundora, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
that's what I
you know,
said before them last 2 rounds. Lubin was up. That's what I said.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
But them
mean,
last two
maybe on the
rounds, he
box.
took off on him.
Yeah.
Maybe on the boxing scene he was up, but he certainly wasn't up after the first 4 rounds. He wasn't up at
Nah,
the
that's
end of
what
the
I'm
fight.
saying. I'm talking
I
about
don't know at
after the
what point
seventh.
in the fight he's supposed to be up, but okay.
Yeah, after the
But
seventh, it was over with. After he started getting his shit destroyed, it was over with. But he went against the plan. I don't know why he thought he was going to sit there and trade with the man. You was not
Because he
doing
doesn't
that.
have the lateral movement. That's where I feel like Forndura is all wrong for a guy who wants to sit in the pocket and trade. Like
Oh
his
yeah,
angles are too much. He doesn't have to do a whole lot of work. He doesn't have to reset his feet. He can just he's in his bag, like in the pocket. But if you make
which
him reset his feet and you make him fight long, he's a completely different fighter.
and you
He
know
doesn't
who would
seem
be
to be
good to
that
do that
good
to him?
actually. If you
You
try
know
to
who?
make so a guy to me, a guy
Tony
like you're saying,
Harrison.
Charlo, a guy like Tony Harrison is
Tony
good because
Harrison would have
he
him
has really
stretched.
good counter punching, but again, he doesn't have the lateral movement. I think a guy like Boots, even though he's at 147, but
Yeah,
he has
Boots
the
will
lateral
do it.
movement to make him reset his feet over and over again.
Spence can too.
And that
Spence.
guy, I can't remember the guy's name, Sebastian. Like actually, Tony Harrison fought him. Fundora fought him before Tony Harrison did. And Tony Harrison was getting clipped by the dude pretty good, but he couldn't trade with Tony. It's Sebastian something, either something Sebastian something. But
Spence.
he also gave Fundora some problems because he was able again to move around, like to make Fundora try to to hunt for him. Right? He didn't come to Fundora. He didn't just stand there and trade. So all those dudes that just like to me just gonna try to sit in the pocket and counter punch with that dude, they're gonna get ate up by that dude. I
Yeah,
don't.
but that's why I
My
said.
question is, when did Lubin grow? Like, I feel like he was shorter, so that's why he likes to sit in the pocket. And then, like, over the summer, he grew 5 inches.
You mean Fundora?
That's what I said, Fundora.
No, you said Lubin.
I said Lubin. Sorry, my bad.
Fundora.
Fundora. When
Now, that boy
like
is
you know
like
how like you
tall,
might have
man.
had just like a growth spurt and you forget that all of a sudden you have 5 inches in height. Because I feel like this is. I mean, I don't know, but it just seems to me that he doesn't understand the advantage he has of his height.
It's his way of fighting, right? Like an example of that in a different way was Diego Corrales. Diego Corrales was so tall, but he fought so short. And I
Yeah.
know Diego. I know Diego since we were in the amateurs. He was older than me, but I was with his brother on the amateurs. We were on the same team and all of that. But he was always around. But Diego was always that kind of person. He fought tall. He fought at 126, and he was like 5'11", 6 feet tall. But he
Smoke.
He
was
had really short arms.
Smoke. Was you talking about Sergio? Dude, he fought Sergio.
Yeah, that same dude that fought Tony Harrison afterwards.
Yeah, I think his name was Sergio something.
Yeah, something. Yeah, Sergio Sebastian, something like that. Anyway, but he was given
Sebastian is
Fundora.
Fundora.
Yeah, Sebastian's Fundora.
Yeah. I can't remember the dude's name. But he
Sergio,
was
it
giving
wasn't
him hell.
Martinez. It wasn't
He was
Sergio
giving
Martinez.
that dude hell.
Garcia.
But that guy could fight a little bit. It's not that he can't. Anyway, it was. I think it was the fight right before the Lubin fight. As a matter of fact,
I think it's Sergio Garcia or Martinez. It's either Garcia or Martinez. It's Sergio.
Sergio Martinez is that middleweight guy.
It's Sergio Garcia then.
One of those Spanish
Yeah, one of those
names.
Spanish names, Sergio Hernandez.
It's Sergio.
It's something like that.
Or Fernandez.
Like, dude's all right. It's not like he's
Yes.
putting in work, so I got to remember his name. Like, hey, come on, like, stop it. But at the same time, I'm just saying he showed. To me, he showed what the weakness is in Ocampo's game, and in the Fundura's game, and we saw that in the Ocampo fight because when he was trying to add that wrinkle to the game that we're talking about, using that height advantage and that reach that he has, and all that length and fight at range, he seemed very ordinary. But it's also hard to gauge how good Ocampo is because we never heard of him before the Spence fight, and we never heard of him since the Spence fight.
Well,
And
he
that
he
didn't go
had
one
6
round,
straight
right?
wins after the Spence fight, though. He
They-
beat everybody afterwards, though. But
yeah, but I mean, who was everybody? I mean, that everybody might
trash
have been nobody,
cans.
right?
Yeah, they was trash cans. It wasn't nobody of note.
I mean, since we don't know him, I can't even say. I'm just,
That's why I said it
that's what I'm
wasn't
saying. It's
nobody
impossible to
with a
gauge how
name.
good this guy is.
But yeah, if you reset it, make him like the way Charlo did with Castano, how he kept moving and making him have to keep resetting and making him keep resetting the way Charlo boxed beautifully against Castano part 2. Like the way he glided and made him keep resetting.
Yeah.
Fundor, that would destroy Fundor right there because he had
You
to
know,
keep
you know who
resetting.
he had on that second fight.
Who?
You know, he had what's his name? Juan Guzman. You know, he
Juan
was
Guzman,
working.
he started. That was the he had him in the first fight too, but they were just new to the camp.
Yeah, but in the second, you know, he was there and all of that stuff, and he was using a lot of the lateral movement that he teaches.
Yeah, but see, before Derek James, Charlo used to be, he was a pure boxer at first. James got into when he started knocking out people, because at first, Charlo he used to waste movement. He used to be a pure boxer, and his brother was the KO artist. But when he got to James got him to sit down on his power and sit down on shots. And that's when he started stringing off them knockouts like that. Because before then, he wasn't known for his power or nothing. But James, he elevated that man. That man elevated himself. And that's why I say Spence is going to be so hard to beat because him and Charlo be giving each other that good work in training camps. Like, I had a video of them sparring each other. They spar each other.
That's an ingredient for a lot of success, man. When you can get the right guys and great fighters, going in there, going toe to toe, learning and all that stuff, man. Like he said, iron sharpens iron, man. That's
Goku and Vegeta. That's Goku and Vegeta.
Watch out, I'm about to turn Super Saiyan, baby.
Kakarot.
You know what? Actually, this reminds me. I haven't spoken to you guys. I haven't spoken to you guys since the Avanesian fight.
Oh.
Yeah, and then so going into that fight, you guys were picking Bud to win. And so now, after you saw that, are you still picking Bud to win, or have you seen the light?
Listen,
yeah,
he was a little bit. It took him a little bit to figure out.
Y'all was picking Bud to beat Spence.
No.
Yes, we were picking Bud against Spence.
I'll take that bet.
Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah.
No, before the fight, because
before the
Avanesian fight, it was I mean, I know Bud, me and Bud is always giving me a lot of support and all that stuff. So I thought he had a lot of the skills going into the fight, but like you explained, upper echelon, the way Spence was coming in there and the way he was just, breaking people down, how is that going to work? It's a question. How is that going to work with a guy who switches left and right, and can it work? Cannot work? And how will Bud change up? Because he's the kind of guy who kind of just go with the variety. But Spence, if it doesn't work, what type of things will he bring up to deter Bud? So that's the question that was going into my head going into.
I got one for you, Nonito. I got one for you, Nonito.
Yes, sir.
First off, you seen Spence.
Hold up. They just got to the good part. Hold up. He just got to you saw the fight.
Nonito.
Yeah, man. I'm ready. So going into the fight, that's what he thought. And now you saw the fight. Then what
Before
happened?
you say that, I just wanted to congratulate. I just heard Fanon International Boxing Channel.
Hey, Fanon, man. Congratulations, brother,
Fanon,
man.
Okay, so straight up, I was a sub of Fanon's when he had fewer than 100 subs. When he lived in Chicago, I used to donate to his channel because he was doing like after school programs for kids. I think he was like coaching his kids' soccer team. Anyway, but yeah, it's good to see that guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Good to see people up on it. 5 years later, or 6 years later.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to him.
Come on, baby. That's right.
Yeah, I've been rinsed up there since like damn near day one.
Yeah,
that's good, man.
Hey, that's great.
So Nonito, So you actually thought that in your mind you thought Crawford was gonna beat Spence.
That's exactly what I thought, and I still think, because he's the type of person that just he loves to he's a variety kind of guy. He has a
I
variety of
got something
things.
for that. I got something for that.
Yeah, so
Check this out, right?
Smoke, before I get out of line with this stuff, I think he still has the ability to counter, to trap Spence, so yeah, I'm still gonna go with my boy for a little bit here.
Until I
Yeah, yeah,
break
yeah.
this down.
Listen, if Spence can't take a shot, because that shot's gonna land. If Spence can't take it, you'll be right.
Spence done showed he could take plenty of shots.
Yeah, I mean, hey, just don't. Hey,
I don't know if it's
yeah,
if
that's
it's
not
a
a good
Crawford
strategy. I don't
shots
know.
though. I don't
Okay,
know if it's a
but
Crawford
now
shots though,
Nonito,
bro.
Nonito, I'm about to welcome you to the Spence side. You ready, Nonito?
Yes, sir.
Because I know you used to fight. So, I mean, you fight, so you should have a brilliant mind. I believe in you. I done followed you since you was young too,
Thank you, brother.
and we the same age. But check this out, right? Notice Crawford was a welterweight, but he crushed down to the 130 division because
Yeah.
they thought that was going to be the easier route to build up his stats and everything. So when he was fighting the 130 division, you know, he had the advantage over everybody with that 74, 76 inch reach, fighting 130 pounders. But people say that's weight bullying, but they don't realize when you cutting that much weight, you lose a lot of your stamina,
Oh
your
yeah.
power. You lose
Amen.
stamina, you lose punch resistance, you lose power.
Yep.
So really, when you cutting down, you still losing stuff. That's why people ain't seen the best Spence yet. The best Spence is at 154, 160. I've seen him swore before, but his best weight is about 160. But Terrence, he's at his right weight now. That's why he done strung off them knockouts. And it ain't no 11 straight because he didn't knock out Victor Postal. But if you notice, everybody say Crawford start off slow, right?
Yeah.
But Gamboa wobbled Crawford. Everybody say that. And
I
yeah,
seen it. That's right.
Gamboa came up 2 weight classes to wobble Crawford. But
Yeah.
the reason why he did that to Crawford, because Crawford wasn't in his right weight class, and Crawford was down there at 135, and he didn't have no punch resistance. Like I said, when you cut that much weight, you a lot weaker than you supposed to be. Yeah, you still strong, but you're still weak too. And Gamboa was a good shot. But we're gonna talk about 147. Mean Machine got in there with Crawford. Mean Machine touched Crawford up and dropped him. They called it a slip, but he actually dropped Crawford. He hurt
Yeah.
Crawford. One thing about Crawford, he doesn't have discipline. Crawford, when he gets hit, he wants to hit back, so he throws the game plan out the window. And that's a no-no for Spence right there. And Crawford ain't no true switch hitter. Crawford, he switches to southpaw, but he's a right-hand dominant fighter. And the reason why he does so good in southpaw because he got like an advantage because his power hand is his lead hand with his lead foot. So when he's fighting in conventional, he's a right-hander. He's not left-handed, but when he's in southpaw, you see he still knocks people out with the right when he's in southpaw because his right hand is his dominant hand, and so instead of him jabbing, he can fire off with that hand as a hook or a straight, and it's right there. And that's where he gets most people. But if you see a fighter like a washed up Kell Brook who wasn't in 147 in over 3 years, his trainer didn't even want to train him for the Crawford fight, and he had it less than a 2 month notice. You see, he had Crawford whole eye swollen in 2 rounds. Crawford couldn't stop that jab, and Spence has a way more prolific jab than Terrence Crawford. Spence, I mean, he has a way more prolific jab than Kell Brook. But Terrence Crawford, this is the one thing about Terrence Crawford, right? Spence doesn't start off slow. Terrence Crawford, it takes him about 3-4 rounds to get
Oh, you
really.
saw in the last fight, right? It took him a lot of rounds before
Yeah,
you
and see,
know.
if it
A
takes
lot,
you
a
that,
lot.
if it takes you that long to get started with Spence, the fight's over before it starts, because
See,
Spence will come out there with an incredible
You,
pace.
you, you're turning, you're shifting me to the dark side, man.
yeah.
No,
See,
watch
the
this
thing
though.
is,
Watch this.
the only thing that gives me like the confidence, like some confidence that Spence will be able to take that shot from Bud is the fact that he's been sparring with Charlo, and I think Charlo hit is
Oh,
Let me
I
at
break
thought
it
least
you
as
were
down
gonna
hard.
real
say
quick,
because he's
Smoke.
gotten
Let
in
me
like
let me
No,
the
finish.
five
because
rounds.
Hey,
he took the car.
let me finish it up, and I got him, Smoke. Let me finish it up right here. But right here with Spence, you can't start off slow with Spence because Spence averages over 100 punches around most times. And people might say they don't realize, but Spence, his hit to punch ratio is one of the best in welterweight. A lot of people don't know that Spence don't really get hit like that. Him and Charlo, they be parrying, block, and slipping shots. You're a fighter, Donito, so you know when you watching it. You see Spence ain't getting hit when people think he getting hit. You know, he's slipping them shots, he's parrying them shots, and he's firing back off. That's what he's doing. That's why he's catching people and he's hurting people. And once he gets started on Crawford, when you start getting hit to that body, that takes away your strength. That body takes away your stamina. And if it's taking Crawford too long to get started, he's going to lose the fight before he gets started because Spence is going to be done work that body for 2 or 3 rounds before Crawford gets started. So Crawford's not even going to have 100% power when he does get started to land them shots. Secondly, Spence done got hit clean by Danny Garcia, who was supposed to be one of the hardest hitting welterweights. He got hit clean by Ugas with no guard. He's got hit by Emmanuel Larte. Spence goes toe-to-toe with Charlo repeatedly. Spence has done built his endurance up. That's what they say. Some fighters are developed and some are built. Spence is a dog, and he has a lot of resistance, and they build that. This is why him, Charlo, and Frank Martin, they go in there and they go through that juggernaut training so they can build up the resistance right there. And see, Terrence Crawford, he's gonna be in that ring and he's gonna be hitting Spence, and Spence gonna steady come forward. And then what Bud's gonna do? He ain't got no coach that's gonna help him adjust. Bomac is a cheerleader. Derek James is another weapon. He sits there and watches everything. You watch any fight, Derek James is telling them what to do each round. He sits there and watches and tells them what and when and how and what they need to do each round. And Spence hits a lot harder than people think. And once he started hitting Bud, and Bud has a small midsection, and Bud has a smaller frame, even though he looked at big. And them body shots, people don't realize having that tight frame. That's why it's good to have like a small layer of fat over your muscles.
Come on, man.
Instead of
Yeah,
being
come on.
cut.
That's like 50 million points.
Yeah,
He has a whole
Hey,
outfit.
hey, he's selling it though. He's selling
Yeah,
it.
I'm
I'm
saying,
selling
like,
this,
come
man.
on,
I'm
man.
selling
He's
it.
selling
Yeah, I'm
it,
selling
man.
it. But
You know, hey, he got me
okay,
this.
but this is the last point. People say that Crawford got all these tools. Spence is a much better boxer than Crawford is. People don't realize that Spence made it to the Olympics. And Spence went in there with Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd will tell you, and everybody will tell you, Spence got more than people done seen. And like he fought Mikey off the back foot and Danny. He sat there, controlled the distance, and Spence has the best jab. His jab does better than Crawford. His body work and his power. He's overall he got Crawford. They're saying Crawford does this better than Spence, but does he? What does he do better than Spence? Because Spence done showed us each fight what he can do. Each opponent he's took what each opponent does best and did it better than them. Crawford each fight he does what he does. See Spence, that's what makes Spence better because Crawford hasn't pushed himself. Crawford hasn't pushed himself to see how great he could really be. See, he's been fighting all C-level fighters, so Crawford doesn't have the chance to become as great as he could have became. See, Crawford could have became a much more greater fighter, but he never pushed himself to the limit to cause himself to have to reach in deep. Like Nonito, you done went through fights and you was a lot better after the fights. Like after you fought that innerweight fight the first time, you felt like you was a lot better after that. It was more you learned and you picked up more stuff, right?
I'm better now too, man.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. People. That's why I say even in a loss, there's a victory.
Yep.
There's a
Always
victory
is,
even in
brother.
a loss. Like Holyfield, he lost the Bo that first time,
And he came
and
back.
then Holyfield he broke through his ceiling and he
Yes,
beat
sir.
Bo the second time. He became better. That's what I'm saying. If you don't push yourself to the limit of your abilities, you can never grow and be better as a fighter. You can never turn good
So,
into
so,
great, great into
100%,
legendary.
100%, bro.
so,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
He reeled me in. He reeled me in.
I'm
Yeah,
done,
so
smoke.
I already had Errol, but I don't I was feeling it all the way up, except for the fact saying that Bud is not a true switch hitter. Bud
No,
is
he's not.
definitely
You
very
know,
prolific from both stances, and moreover,
okay, when is he been switching now?
hold up a second, man.
I'm
Jesus.
professional. Let him talk.
Yeah. So okay,
I
okay.
think what he's perfected, what he's really good at is the hardest thing to do with switch hitting, and that's to switch mid combination. So to get the leverage on the right shot that's available. Go ahead.
Okay, so wait. Before you go ahead, hold on. I gotta set this up.
Yeah, you set this up.
I gotta do this first. Wait, no, I gotta do that first. I gotta do that.
Okay.
Sorry, we're still learning on this thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is brought to you by my son, but Trill for the drop.
Thank you.
Oops,
Thank
wrong
you.
one.
Make it rain. Make it rain. Make it, make it, make it, make it, make it rain.
You guys
Salute
like
to
that?
you all. I'm
That's Black
sorry.
Fight
Well,
channel right there.
yeah, like brought to you by the kid. Yeah,
I missed
definitely.
the
That's
interview.
our
Okay,
I
you
just
said
posted it.
he's
So I have
too
to go
prolific.
back and press
Smoke.
from the top. Much love. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, no, my son made that beat, by the way. So
Oh,
you
that's
know,
it's nice. It's nice. But you know something, Smoke. I'm gonna tell you like this: when he was 140 and 135, yeah, he was switching a lot more. But you notice when he's in orthodox, he get touched up too much in orthodox now. He's not effective in orthodox no more because you see he now he just goes to southpaw and stays there. And
you know why though? You know why he loves to be in the south, because when he's fighting somebody who's a right hand, he likes to be on the opposite, because he loves to drop that straight right down the middle, and he loves the so he loves this. He loves to slip your jab and he throws a hook over, or he loves to transition and throw that hook. So that's why he's only most of the time when he's fighting somebody, whether it's orthodox or the other one. um oh man, okay, we got to do this again. All right.
Make it rain. Make it, make it, make it, make it, make it rain.
I appreciate that,
He
man.
said all ones.
All ones,
It was
all
all
ones.
ones.
That's it, man. No 50 cents. So, but yeah, he loves the opposite, because he loves to go right down the middle. It's really much more difficult for him to get caught, because he gets to step back. So if he's in the orthodox, and or in the same stance, it's easier to get that jab in. It's easier to get that counter in, as compared to for him being on the outside, on the opposite stance. He gets to step out. It's easier for him to step out. It's easier for to move, because I've tried it now. I've been trying it with a lot of
well,
a
you
lot
see,
of
Kell Brook
the
made
work.
it obsolete. You see, if he go against a prolific jabber, his orthodox stance is not good. Kell Brooks made him get out of that orthodox stance. But the one
Yep.
thing that's done messed up Terrence Crawford that people ain't even mentioning, see, Terrence Crawford done got too heavy. If you notice now, you see Bud is not light on his feet like he used to be. Have you
Correct.
noticed that he's starting to sit down on his shots and starting to walk people down? Like you see, he's not graceful and moving like he used to be. Like he used to fight on the ball on the balls of his feet. Remember, he used to fight on the tip of his
Yeah.
tongue.
Now, my question is, how is Spence on his daily life?
Wait.
Is he
Before you
disciplined?
say that, I want you to give a shout out to King's
Oh,
Gym
King's
in
Gym,
Oakland.
Oakland. Oh man, that's where I grew up.
But
King's
you have to
Gym.
read his
Oh,
handle. You
King's.
don't know
You don't know
chat
shit
about
about
boxing
boxing. Okay.
instead of saying
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, big shout out to the guys out there in King's Gym. That's my gym growing up. In Oakland. So big shout out to you guys, man. But yeah,
No,
so
that's
going
that
back into
guy.
that.
Like that guy, I've been talking boxing with for 30 years. As a matter of fact, he taught me my stance.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that dude right there out of King's Gym. That's the third man.
Yeah, but he more flat-footed now. Like he used to be more athletic. I think that's age catching up to him, and it's the weight because he's a lot heavier now in the fights. So now you see, notice he sits down on his shots, and he's not as bouncy as he used to be. And sitting down like that on Spence and not being able to be as fluent like the way like Keith Thurman, like his last fight with Barrios, he was less mobile, and I
Yeah.
probably accredit it to them getting older and the weight started settling down on him now. But Earl, he still got the agility right now. Like I seen it, he still got the agility
Well,
and the
his
bounce.
his his way of fighting is different than like somebody who with like
But Earl's
like
been in
Bud,
that weight
like
for a
Bud, he
minute.
loves to move around and all that stuff and switch up. There's a lot of movement and all that stuff. But Earl, the way he goes in there and the way he goes directly right down the middle, it suits him as he age still.
I can't wait till he hit 154 or 160 so y'all can really see what he got. See, people hasn't pushed Earl to really go in his bag and show. But if you remember the Chris Algieri fight, Earl showed you. And can't nobody cut that ring off like Earl Spence can. And like Derek James said, Earl make you fight when and where he wants you to fight at. Wherever Earl wants the fight to happen, that's where it happens at. And you see, once Earl starts to fight you, you can't get away because he will cut that ring off on you. He'll keep his foot on the outside and keep you cornered and keep you turned in. And I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of people don't know. Go back and look at that Lamont Peterson fight. Earl Spence showed he's a switch hitter too. Earl Spence switched stances in that fight too. He went from orthodox. People didn't notice that. But if you got a good eye, you can go back and watch. Watch what I tell you. Go back and check it out, Nonito. He switches into orthodox.
Hey, you're selling me this this snake oil, man. This
No, I'm telling you, go back and watch it. I'm just saying, go back and watch
I know. Listen, man, Spence is a tremendous fighter. Bud is good too. He's a tremendous fighter as well. It's just more of the bias and favoritism because of the fact that because I think Spence is a hell of a fighter, and it's just more of me being acquainted and a friend of thing. But talking about boxing, yeah, Spence does have a tremendous amount of discipline when he's inside that ring, and when you have that type of discipline inside that ring, it's very hard, especially that jab. That jab in itself is it's difficult to get by.
it.
You know what I'm
Bust
saying?
that eye out. That
I mean,
jab has destroyed eyes.
yeah, and the thing for me is it's two things. Bud, to me, is kind of lost a step. He's not as fast as he used to be, and
All
but
right,
you
all
still
right, all right. I'll say Spence, man. Can't forget. God
No,
damn
well,
it.
actually, Smoke, you were asking earlier, like watching that fight. So we had, like, we were at the WBA, right? So there's the TV screens were playing because at the bar because of the fact that it was free, right? So we told them like change them all to ESPN. We had Tio up there, and then we had an iPad that was showing the BLK fights at the same time. And then after that, we watched the Pacquiao fight, which
Yeah, and I think the
but
biggest thing on that is how he started so damn slow
mhm.
into this fight. Like it was just we were just like we weren't even watching that fight no more. We were just watching Teal's fight because
They
he
were
was
going on at the same time.
yeah.
So we were
yeah,
like,
it's
wow.
just that's not. Yeah, that pace is just not. It's not what. But it's not the pace that Bud used to fight at.
What we
And
thought was weird is because they're going on at the same time. We're looking there and then we're looking there. We're looking here and we're like, that one's a lot. Tio's fight was a lot faster paced than the Bud Crawford fight. And you're like, that's weird. So like most of the time we were watching that because it's like, God, like, how is this fight not ended yet? We thought, the Bud fight was gonna end earlier than Tio's fight was gonna finish.
We should get a button that goes cha-ching sold.
Hey, you know
yeah,
Bob Arum did that on
it was
purpose though.
if it
Bob
was
Arum put a
but
hard card.
his hands are still fast and he still has great shot selection, but those legs, man, if he still had those Victor Postol legs to like
Exactly.
circle, then I'd
Exactly.
be picking the different. Or if I felt like he could make Spence go backwards, if he can get Spence to go backwards and press the guy, then maybe he has a better shot. But I don't know. I think Spence is going to stand his ground. It's going to turn into a firefight. I don't know.
But that's
The
the
close
difference.
range, and the last thing is those long arms of Buds work really well if you overcommit when you're coming in, or to keep you at range. But on the inside, he throws kind of looping punches. Every now and again, he's straight up
That's
the
how
middle, but
Porter got him.
he throws a lot of looping shots. I don't know. To me, I
You right,
Hey,
give it
Smoke.
Bud. Yeah.
Smoke.
they
You was
just gotta
right
get
on.
it on, man. They just gotta get it on.
You
That's
was
pretty
right
much what it
on,
all comes
Smoke.
down to it.
Now
But Timmy
Smoke was
Chips is
correct though.
asking if he bulked up too much so his punches won't be as loose, right, and quick. If
Well,
he like,
but the thing too is again, you can look at the last fight and how he presented himself. He had difficulty
Yeah, Timmy.
creating a position.
like letting go.
Yeah, but letting go and then creating a position, and he was like gun shy, in that fight.
Yeah, when you put too much muscle, you'll mess up your free range of motion from your shots. Like that's why when I used to do it, I used to always do calisthenics, like or if I worked out with weight, I wouldn't go over 135. Like now, I could do like 3 or 4 if I really push myself. But when you boxing stuff, you don't want to use more than 135 pounds if you're gonna lift because that's cut weight. That's
Mm-hmm.
weight that's gonna keep you cut. You don't want to bulk up because if you bulk up, that's gonna
Slows you
muscle.
down.
Yeah, it's gonna slow you down. And
Well,
when you
one thing that I do in my workout is if I do bulk up, I have to bulk or I have to strengthen my fast twitch muscle. So that's the thing is that people don't really know how to do the fast twitch muscle, and we do a lot of workout to increase the fast twitch muscle. And this way, even though I'm still older, I still got that fast twitch and I can still react faster. Is because we still practice a lot of that stuff. So a lot of guys when they bulk up and they get the big muscle, the slow muscle in. You know, it has a stamina and all that stuff, but it doesn't have that fast twitch,
and
which is
the more
yep.
muscle, the quicker you gonna fatigue as well because you're using up more energy.
Yep.
It's gonna use up more of your oxygen and more of your energy as well. You got to find the right balance. And we used to work on our fast twitch with them rubber bands. Like we would strap the rubber bands to us, and then we'll work with the weights. Like do your shots with them stress band things. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's how we did our fast twitch right there.
Nick J said, I think Bud was kind of carrying David. He was trying to convince folks that David was actually a decent fighter.
Lamont Peterson beat the hell out of David Evanesian. People forgot Lamont Peterson beat the hell out of him, and Mean Machine knocked Evanesian out. He's
Mm-hmm.
fighting his leftovers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he was,
yeah.
remember, he was saying like he's a really tough fighter. Like he was trying to sell us the fight. So she's saying that she was just trying to carry him to
Yeah.
like to show people like, look, he was really difficult for me to
But if
fight.
people, the true boxing fan that knows what happened between Kavalaska and and Lamont, it's I mean he can try to up the person, but what
But he knocked
happened
out
before that?
Kavalauskas too, though. How you gonna knock out a person that you knocked out who knocked out that person? Because look,
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Who knocked out the guy who
Yeah,
knocked you
exactly.
out?
Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Yeah,
No
just to
triangle
make
theory.
sure.
yeah, that's true. But y'all notice? Did y'all see that hook that Eagles Kavalauskas hit Bud with and got that flash knocked down?
That dropped him and hurt him. Yeah.
Exactly. Spence hits 10 times harder than that right there. And it was see, a lot of times if you watch, Bud gets caught with that. Because the Hank Lundy was catching Bud with a lot of them shots like that. And see, a lot of them smaller fighters, they was catching Bud, but Bud was a lot bigger than them. Because he's a welterweight. And he would use his weight on them and eventually get them. Because in the beginning of the fights, they would be getting off on Bud. Because, like I said, Bud was a lot bigger than them, and like Hank Lundy was giving him work for like the first 2 rounds, and Kell Brook, even his jab was giving Bud problems. Bud eye was swole off of 1 round of jabbing, and Earl Spence, his jab destroys eye sockets.
Listen, Bud didn't do a bad job on Kell Brook's eye socket. He hurt him in the second round, and it was just a matter of time. That fight didn't go very long.
No, I was just talking about you see Bud eye was swole just off.
Yeah. I mean, I think definitely the size of Kell Brook bothered Bud, and I think the same thing is going to be with Spence. Like I'm like I said, I'm not picking Bud to win that fight, but I do think, I know I'd be shocked if Bud didn't land that shot though, and I wouldn't be shocked if that shot knocked out Spence. I don't expect it to, but I wouldn't be shocked if it did.
I'm gonna tell you like this: Jose Benavidez would have beat Bud if he had 2 legs. Like you fighting a man with 1 leg, and it took you to near the end of the 12th round to get him up out of there. And Jose Benavidez he was giving Bud problems the whole night, and he was
it was a size issue, but again, like Benavidez is just a big ass dude. I don't know with 2 legs if he'd beat Bud, maybe.
No, he was a prodigy. Remember when he was 2 legs, they was calling him the next best thing. And then he
I
just
remember
got
when he was
shot.
coming up. I remember that.
Yeah, he was a beast now, but when he got shot, he just couldn't move no more. And see, he was gimped around the whole fight versus Bud.
And no, I mean, I liked it. I liked the guy. He showed a lot of heart in that, but he was dragging that leg behind him over. By the middle round, it was noticeable.
Yeah, and see, anybody else would have got him up out of there a lot quicker than that. Though. That's what I was saying, though. But Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm a
To me,
fan
that
of
was still
boxing.
acclamation fight. Like that was
Yeah,
still him. Like even though they were talking that a good game, he's still like
yeah,
new to the division. He got it off. He was like Jeff Horn wasn't the best guy. He wasn't the worst guy, but he also wasn't the best guy.
yeah.
So
But
I
see,
don't know.
I'm a
That was
fan of
acclamation
boxing.
fight to me.
I'm not just a fan of a boxer. I'm a fan of boxing. And honestly, I was a fan of Crawford as well. Like when he was coming up, I was actually a fan of Terrence Crawford, but he hurt my heart, bro. Like, man, you've been calling
So
out
this
people.
is a personal thing.
No,
No, I'm just kidding.
this
When
is
did
for
he
all
hurt
the
your heart?
boxing fans.
Upper echelon, just let it out. It's okay. It's
Yeah,
War
like,
Wednesday. Just let it out. What's
okay,
wrong?
yes. How are you gonna get everybody prepared to see one of the best fights in the last 40 years of boxing, and then you back out the back door? Come on, bro.
Well, yeah.
You didn't even get half of what you said you was gonna get. You didn't get half
Yeah,
of what you said you was gonna
yeah.
get. And then you
You
keep pushing
know,
these narratives. Now, see, you're not gonna piss on me and say it's raining.
Mhm.
Now, and see, I've done bought all of Terrence Crawford's pay-per-views except for this last one. So, I feel like since I'm a consumer, I can criticize. I buy everybody's pay-per-view. That way
yeah, man.
I have a reason to speak my mind because I paid for it. And when I'm a customer, I can give my opinion. I feel like if you don't pay for nothing, you can't give your opinion because you're not a customer. But I didn't pay for his last fight, but I feel like they've been giving us all these fights we don't want. I've been buying your other fights off the pretense that eventually, when you get a chance, you're gonna fight somebody big. But if you look, his whole time at 147, he hasn't fought nobody in their prime. But then you got Bomac, he's sitting there keep lying and telling us lies like we don't know that we're getting lied to. Like, then you playing with our intelligence. And I still, on some reason, because I'm a boxing fan, was gonna buy that BLK bull crap. But then you said UK fans are better and people are broke. I said, you know what?
Mm.
I mean, all that stuff that happened, man. Because they got everybody excited. You know what I'm saying? They got everybody
Yeah,
excited about the fight, and then all of a sudden, he just goes on and does his thing. I mean, that was just like, whoa.
a whole
No,
year.
but see, you weren't watching because Spoken, I know that like what he was tweeting after that was
Yeah.
like calling his fans broke and all that stuff, and then he was like, "I'm gonna find the UK because my next fight
Yeah.
because the UK fans are better." Like, just shitted on the American market.
Yeah, so I said, well, I'm gonna keep my
Yeah,
little
and it was
$40
the
due.
crazy business thing. Like what? Well, UK's where the bag is. Okay.
And
Wow.
see, they don't realize that Anthony Joshua and Vladimir, and Vidal Klitschko, right? They had 100,000 people for that fight right there, right? That fight grossed 11 million on that gate right there. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury 2 had 20,000 people with a 17 million gate. So the gates here in America. So how are you saying you get paid more in England than you do if you notice all of them want to come over here for the big fights.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, every UK pay-per-view features a UK fighter. You don't just show up from all over the world and go to UK to fight. Like that's not
Right.
what's happening there.
Yeah, he'd have to fight a UK fighter. Who would he have? Who would he fight?
Well, I think he think Daniel
He's
Kinahan
saying
can get
take the
him on
Spence
there.
fight there. He was talking about.
Oh, he said the K word. He said the
He
DK.
said, yeah,
He
he
said
said the
the
DK
DK
word.
word.
I guess he figured he can get him on. You feel me?
Yeah, but with who? Like that's
Well,
what
that's what he said.
Smoke was
He was
saying.
like, we can fight in the UK or Dubai, and he's like, what? Huh? Okay.
Oh, that,
He'd
Two
have to
got.
fight a UK fighter.
Yeah, just go right to Las
that,
Vegas, make the same
that's
amount of
so
money, if
crazy to
not
me,
more,
man.
and stop playing. Like, what are
He
you
really
doing?
messed himself up though because man,
Oh, you can fight in Texas.
man,
No, but he doesn't want to fight in
Jerry
Texas.
Jones will sponsor that. If he fought in Texas, Jerry Jones would guarantee that money because Jerry Jones was actually mad that the PBC put that fight on Showtime instead of Fox because Jerry Jones has real close ties with Fox right there, and he he got a lot of interest in Spence, and he wanted Spence's pay per view to be on Fox though, but because Spence fights on Fox and PBC. And Showtime. So that's why when they keep saying the PBC ain't got no money, how you figure that? They are all private corporations. They don't have no overhead. Everybody's a private contractor.
I just feel like it was just an easy way for people, like, the Rick Glacier followers that like to love to hate Al Heyman and the PBC. Like this just gave them another freaking avenue to just be like, see, we told you they're like this and like that. And I mean, like it for me, like I'm like, y'all are silly. Like this narrative about PBC going under has been for like at least the last 5 years.
They need to be
It's
talking
like,
about the zone.
Since the
zone
day they
is
came
$1 billion
on, the day
bailout.
they came online, they've been going out of business.
They
Yeah.
you know they done got $2 billion bailouts, 2 bailouts of $1 billion, and they still not making no money. But then they keep talking about supporting your color. PBC is by our color. You feel me? So why we not supporting them? And what's crazy, Terrence Crawford, you could, instead of being cheap, just hire Al Heyman yourself. If you hire Al Heyman, then he'll be looking for your interests as well. Like he's sitting here giving you free game and not charging you. You sitting there saying you need an advisor, then pay Al Heyman. Crazy shit.
Yeah,
You
I
want this
mean,
man to keep giving
you
you
can get
free.
this fight out there. That's the craziest thing is you can get the biggest fight out there with Al.
Yeah.
well, that's
Man,
why I
Al
told like
has
Super Echelon when I did that whole thing on YSM. Like that was just like a snippet, and of course, like I go back and watch the lives I did to see if I was like, was there something I missed? Should I have said something more? And I'm like, God damn it, why didn't I say this? Why didn't I say that? Like like and it's just this narrative that people want to say just because they want to say that that Spence was ducking like in a different way, right? And so for me, it's just watching this whole thing play out. Like I told Smoke, I was like, dude, I'm sick of this shit. Like I'm tired of like this whole back and forth and nothing's happening. If we don't get it, then it is what it is. But I mean, right now they're talking about freaking December, but we need to make it rain again, apparently. So
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, but he didn't put the That's brought to you by my son's skills in producing his
Yeah,
music.
Dad. This is my dad. Who
He's inviting me to go sushi with him right now. He's telling me to
Oh.
go get some sushi with him right now.
Okay, well, come over.
Get you some tempura, man. Make sure you get some tempura.
Oh, I love tempura, man. I love those
Me
tempura.
too.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
that was by
Hamachi.
Jarrell. Jarrell made that
Hey,
mix.
Smoke's all about the sashimi and stuff like that too,
I
man.
like uni, sea
Yeah,
urchin.
yeah.
Now I'm getting hungry.
Hey, I'm in keto right now, so I can't eat anything like carbs and
You can
stuff.
eat fatty tuna.
I'll eat something like bacon and all that stuff. You know?
can
You
eat.
can eat. You know you can eat if you eat keto, they got some keto rice and all that stuff for you to eat eat
No
stuff.
rice though, bro. You can't have rice. You
I
know?
said they have this keto rice.
What's a keto?
rice?
What's that?
I don't know.
I mean, they got noodles. Oh, that's a noodle one. That's a noodle one. Yeah. They chopped it on rice. Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah.
Man.
And they
Yeah.
got the seaweed and everything.
So you remember the ones I make you for the noodles when I make you ramen and stuff like that?
Noodles.
The shiitake noodle.
Yeah.
Wrapped it up into little tiny. So it's like rice, but it tastes
Little
like
rices.
shiitake. Yeah, but I'm just trying to get myself into better health. I mean, I'm always healthy and all that stuff. But
Yeah,
I'm
making toasters right now as we speak.
Nice. Are you tracking it with the strips to
Yeah, I
make
got
sure
the
that you're
strips.
toasted?
Yeah, I got the strips. I had fasted for 5 days and now I'm on keto and I'm still in ketosis right now.
Fast?
My
Why is
man.
it when you say fasting, people like freak out? I'm like, what do you mean you haven't eaten for 5 days?
Yeah, well,
you know you don't even get hungry and your body don't start doing that till after the 3rd day. As long as you drink water, you can go at least a week without even hurting your body.
Yep,
and
exactly.
You can drop 30 pounds in a week with just drinking water and you won't feel no.
100%, man. That's why people are like tripping out how I make the weight and stuff. Well, I do a lot of fasting. That's part of my things. I do a lot of meditation.
Fasting and prayer.
Yeah.
If I can go like the longest I went one time fasting and prayer. I went like 13 days on just water.
That's the craziest thing because when I went on 7 days, like it didn't even matter. The only reason I went back to eat,
you don't even get hungry no more.
No, the only reason I went to eat is because it was my son's birthday, so I had to go eat.
But one thing about that, make sure you drink water. Man. If you don't drink water, then your body might start getting protein in your piss, and when you get protein, That's what.
You gotta have a lot of water, man.
Yeah,
That's the thing
because
about
you don't want that protein, because that protein, that's when it's starting to hit your organs. When your body
yeah,
starts to eat your organs, though. But yeah, people don't realize after the third day, you don't even get hungry no more.
yeah.
Like
Uh,
your
yeah.
mind
What you
your
break your
mind
fast
doesn't
with is
tend to
very
eat.
important though too.
Yeah, you're not
Oh yeah,
supposed to
for
just go
me it's
eat
always
fatty
about
food.
it's all about I do a
Broth.
lot of broth,
Hmm.
broth and fruits and all of that stuff. But I do a lot of broth because I stay on keto,
Yeah.
so I go back into the broth and then that's it, and
Yeah,
I go
because you
back.
can't eat nothing hard after went more than 5 or 6, because your mouth be so sore whenever you try to eat something. Like I remember when I went 13, I tried to eat something and like just chewing it wasn't even that hard, but it had the roof of my mouth hurting and everything, well, because it's so sore because it ain't been used.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Orlando Dante said, okay, so this is in Tagalog, so I'll just read it in English. That it seems like Inoue doesn't want to move up to super bantam. That's not the case. He's positioning himself correctly. That if you want to move up to another weight division as a champion,
Yeah, you
that's
want
the
to be
best.
mandatory
You want to
too.
be mandatory. You want to be positioned to fight the champion at the next weight division. And I believe that they're positioning him first before just letting go of the belts because that's what you're supposed to do. Doesn't mean that everybody does it.
And to your dad, yeah, I want some fatty tuna.
He's gonna
Dad.
be forces if he's going for the WBO super, because I think they say
Uh-huh.
he's the WBO super now.
Yeah,
Then
he's
he
Yeah.
got to
WBO
go to
super.
Fulton. That's him and
Yep.
Fulton then. And like I said, Fulton's gonna make him look bad. He said he's never even sparred a black fighter.
Yeah, and
Well,
that's gonna be different, because man, it's gonna be really different.
well,
The thing too though is Top Rank and PBC, and they don't like
yeah.
each other.
How is that gonna work?
It ain't gonna happen.
I
You don't think
mean,
it's gonna?
no, Tyson Fury and PBC work.
But that's Tyson Fury's with Frank Warren, So it's like
And there you had a fight.
it's like with me and Inoue, right? With me and Inoue, I went to Japan. Now is Fulton gonna go to Japan? Then that's a Japanese promotion. That's
Fulton said he'll do any and everything just to, Fulton want that shine. That's why he going up to give Brandon Figueroa a rematch. He going up to fight Figueroa,
Yeah,
and
but
he
the
just
thing
beat.
is fighting Inoue in Japan, like even like yes, there's amazing viewership in Japan, and the crowds show up, but when it comes to viewership in the U.S., if you're really trying to get yourself out there in the U.S., people are going to be watching the replays or the highlights and not really like you like live, right? At like 9 o'clock at night in
it's
Vegas or
different.
whatever. It's different for trying to market yourself when it's over in
It's six
Japan.
o'clock in the morning over here when
You can
y'all be
barely
fighting.
watch Stephen Fulton fights right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, but you guys, my dad's taking us out to sushi, so we're gonna end this live. But you guys want to plug your channels real quick?
Yeah,
Smoke.
plug.
Oh, get the smoke. Yeah, I'll be going live Friday mornings, 4:20. You can always, always catch us out. I'll put videos out during the week. I'm about to put out one right now about how the little guys are finally making some money. We go all
Oh
the way back
Yes.
to
yeah.
Joe Gans, right? Like the fight of the century would have netted about $300,000 in fees. Now you got Loma getting 20 million, Tank getting money. Even Cambosa's got 4 million.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that's thanks for having me. I'm glad I finally caught a live. It's great building with you, upper echelon. Peace to the donaires, and I can't wait to hear about this Martinez fight.
All right, smoke.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Peace.
Smoke. Upper echelon, you're up.
All right. I'd like to thank y'all for letting me be here. Shout out to everybody out there. I just dropped 2 videos today. One debunking that lies that they did for Spence, and the other one about the Spence and Floyd sparring. I got the official Spence and Floyd sparring video with everybody on there. So if y'all tired of seeing that bull crap, y'all go watch that, and y'all give me a sub and everything. I ain't been started over a year yet. And each time I'm trying to better my craft right here. I take it like I used to take boxing. I always want to be the best, so I'm trying to perfect everything that I do. But I'm always spit facts and everything. So subscribe to me, hope to see you there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just keep working
everybody. Yeah,
hard.
he
Just
he
keep
um
working
he
hard.
he has great facts. He sold me on those snake oils, by the way. So that's
Y'all,
the
man.
kind of
Should it be
facts.
like fish oil because Spence is known as the big fish, right?
the bone collector oil.
He's the big fish. The big fish oil.
Yeah, so subscribe, and yeah, man, thank you guys for being out here. So War Wednesday, if you guys want to get this thing, we're gonna try to get people to just really go at it.
Yeah. So you guys, on a recap, if you guys didn't watch the from the beginning, basically, Ivan came up, and from all the tweets that had gone out over the last couple weeks, he gave us a backstory. I think, like, out of all of the 4 that we were talking about, he really had a chip on his shoulder about Tank, about their sparring and stuff like that. And I mean, it's understandable, but it is what it is at this point. And the other things that he was talking about Loma and Usyk, politics, and his upcoming fight. So if you didn't get to watch it, rewind it. And thank you guys for tuning in. This was fun.
Yes.
And again, if there's something that you guys really want to get off your chest on War Wednesdays, or you want to go after another channel and you're inviting them, like, let's have at it on War Wednesday.
War Wednesday.
So until next time, guys, thank you.
When there's war, there's peace. That's it. So much love to you guys. Thank you guys again.
Thank you guys. See you next time. And remember to hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Later. Yeah, that was the wrong one.
Yeah, that was the wrong one.
I'm the one who's trying to do this.
Yeah, you had it the last time.
Did I?
So,
and then
yeah,
I moved it?
you moved
Okay,
it.
well, so.
Yeah, so anyways, guys,
that,
thank you guys.
The boys
So-
are going to say bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
I'm Jarrell. And I am Logan. Thank you for watching this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe the video. And hit the bell. Ding, ding, ding. KO! Jinx, got ya.
Nonito the nail.